banned, but I feel like that's definitely a.
Okay, okay. So let's start there. Why do you think abortion should be banned? Do you not like it? Do you think that it's wrong?
Yeah, I do think it's wrong. I think it's murder.
And why is that?
Well, it's proven that life begins at conception, and
it is. Life does begin at conception. That's right.
Yeah, and it's ending life. So.
And it's ending life. So ending life is bad, right, Jay?
Any human life, yeah.
Any human life. Okay. Well, let's start there, because I'm not so sure that you believe that. Do you think that we currently have any state chartered and organized genocide widespread and apparent in our country? Is there an ongoing genocide in our country?
With abortion, yes.
What about apart from abortion?
No.
No, okay. So you don't think that it's murder to pull the plug on a brain dead patient?
Well, it's not his. Like, if it's his, so it's not. I don't know. Really, I don't. But that's not like. It's different.
Wait, no, because it's ending a human life. See, that's the thing with this stance here. I understand that it's kind of like it's intellectually lazy and it's just a cop out. But most pro-lifers think that it works to just say, "Oh, wrong to end any human life. That's why abortion's murder." No, like you understand that brain dead patients are biologically alive and they're human, and like we have state chartered and organized like pulling the plug on them. In fact, it's even like written into like doctrine and medical code and legislation that we can only keep them on one moment. We can only keep them on life support for so long without continued family approval. Like we kill like hundreds of thousands of brain dead patients every year in America, and you don't find any issue with this. So therefore, this principle of just valuing any human life and it's murder to kill any, you don't hold to it.
I never said I don't find any issue in it. I said it's a.
Abby, I appreciate you for the motorcycle. Thank you. So is it murder or is it not murder?
I disagree with that. I don't think it. I mean, because he can't have it. The brain dead person has no say in it. So.
Haley, thank you so much for the $15 donation on PayPal. It's always so funny to me when Christians use their religion as a justification for the... Yeah, I'll read off the rest of your donation in a bit, but I do appreciate you so much for the $15 donation on PayPal, Haley. Everybody, please show some love to Haley down below in the comment section. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. But hey, chat, just a quick yes or no. Did Jay answer the question I asked him 3 times? Doesn't seem like it.
Well, do you think abortion's wrong? You haven't answered that yet. So
no, I don't think it's wrong. So are you gonna answer mine now?
Why don't you think it's wrong?
Okay, we're not gonna pivot, Jay. Come on.
How are you pivot it with something that has nothing to do with abortion?
Yeah, it does. I mean, I explained to you how it has something to do with what you said. You said abortion bad because all human life valuable and it's wrong to kill it. Okay, well, we're testing and contesting that principle, right? Because you don't think it's wrong or murder to pull the plug on a brain dead patient, yet they're both human and alive, which disputes the principle, which makes a contradiction present.
I don't think it was wrong.
So, I mean, I think at this point, right, you could just stop the sophistry and the obfuscation. Like I keep on one moment, Jay. So I keep on like drilling in on that principle and I keep like demonstrating a contradiction with your position on the brain dead patient. But then you just say, well, I never said that it wasn't murder to pull.
Yeah, I never said it wasn't.
So clarify your position, please.
Well, there's the one thing I have is there's no chance of life of a brain dead person. That's the difference.
Yeah, there is. They are alive. Yeah.
There's no chance of a viable life.
How are you defining life? Okay, because if you're defining life off of like the 7 conditions of biological like life, yeah, of course, a brain dead patient doesn't just have a chance at life; they are alive. But when you say that a brain dead patient has no chance at life, right? What you're implying here is like future subjective and conscious experiences. And if you define life as a conscious subjective experience, well, a fetus isn't alive. But I mean, I think I need you to just answer the question here for us all, so all 3,000 of us can be well informed on what you believe in. Chad, isn't that what we want? Don't we want Jay to finally answer the question, to stop obfuscating and to finally engage in the conversation?
You're pivoting. You pivot from the idea of abortion to a whole nother argument about brain dead people.
God, I feel like I need to draw it out for you. So, chat, do you understand? I'm talking to my chat. I'm talking to my chat.
You and Parker always
I'm talking to you and I'm talking to my chat. Chat, do you guys understand the principled relationship between the question, is abortion murder, and is it murder to pull the plug on a brain dead patient, operating under Jay's principle that it's always murder to end an innocent human life? Okay, so it seems like the chat understands the principled relationship there and how it's a relevant question to ask and how it's not a pivot. Why don't you?
You guys always go to every time someone brings up abortion, you go to a different topic like religion, and then you have a whole other argument. The brain dead. You guys can't actually argue abortion. You have to bring up another outside topic.
Okay, I want you to repeat after me. Is that fair, Jay? Can you do that? I'm going to have you repeat after me. So repeat after me. Okay. So in debate.
I'm not going to repeat after you.
Okay, well then, Jay, you're not going to learn anything. Like you're making the assessment that I'm pivoting and then I'm bringing something up irrelevant.
Yeah, because that's what you guys can do. Pivot.
Jay, you gotta wait for a moment there, buddy. I think hold your horses, buddy. Okay, so you're making the assessment that I'm pivoting off the topic of abortion and bringing up something that's not comparable and not relevant to the conversation at hand. I'm disputing that assessment. I've explained 3 times why your assessment is incorrect, and seemingly you are unwilling to learn. So could you entertain the possibility that I'm not pivoting and that this is conceptually relevant? Can you do that for me?
You can't argue abortion. You have to bring up another topic that
Jay,
is in a way
you're
similar.
like an NPC. Okay, what did I just say? Repeat the words that just came out of my mouth.
No.
Okay, well then you're just fucking obtuse POS that's not here to engage in a conversation that with someone that disagrees with you.
No, you
recognize that I shot down your point, so then you don't want to have continued conversation.
You can't argue abortion.
Okay, do you know what the Socratic method is?
Yep.
What is it?
I don't know about this.
Jay, what is the Socratic method? Jay, you're on mute.
I don't know what it is.
Okay, your mic is very muffled, so you have something covering the bottom of your phone?
No, I don't.
Okay. So the Socratic method, right, is a tool that we use in philosophy to basically deduce your argument and refute it. Okay, right. So we've deduced your argument, right, on the position that abortion is murder, down to you valuing all human life, and you think it's murder to kill an innocent human life, right? And now we want to test that principle for its validity. Would you say it's fair for us to test that principle for its validity?
In some cases, yes, but like I said, I don't necessarily think it's right to pull the plug on a brain dead person because unless it's only okay if he chooses to pull the plug in, and if he's brain dead, he can't. But
okay, so you've now conceded. So you've now conceded that it is fair for us to test the validity of that baseline principle. You've conceded, right, that it is comparable to question your moral intuitions about the morality of pulling the plug on a brain dead patient. And you're now attempting to answer. Okay, well, I will now guide you to the question that deserves to be answered. And that question is it murder to pull the plug on a brain dead patient?
Well, I think it's generally considered acceptable in situations where the medical, I don't know what the word is, intervention is extraordinary or disproportionate to the patient's condition.
Okay, so it is not murder to pull the plug on the brain dead patient. Would you agree that pulling the plug on a brain dead patient kills an innocent human being?
No.
Okay. So you think that the brain dead patient is an innocent, or you don't think that the brain dead patient is a human being?
He's innocent, but what do you mean by that?
So why do you not agree that pulling the plug on a brain dead patient is killing an innocent human being?
Sometimes it will cause more suffering without hope of recovery. There's no hope of recovery, and it's still causing more suffering.
Okay, well, first of all, there's no suffering because suffering is predicated on mental states of harm. They don't have mental states because they have cognitive cessation of all brain function. But this didn't respond to what I asked you. I didn't ask you about suffering. I didn't ask you about any of that. I just asked you if pulling the plug on a brain dead patient is killing an innocent human being.
Still suffer. That's not true what you said.
Okay, what do you think it means to suffer?
Dude, that's a stupid question.
It's a question that needs to be answered if you think that someone with no brain function can suffer.
Yeah, he definitely can. He can suffer from starvation.
So what does it mean to suffer?
Can a person who can't feel anything suffer?
Can a person that can't feel anything suffer? Yeah, because they still have mental states and a well-being that needs to be tended to.
Well, he still has it.
Can a rock suffer?
No. The rock's not a human life, dude.
Okay, so why can't a rock suffer?
It's not alive.
Because it's not so anything. Okay, wait, I have a question. Can bacteria suffer?
Brain dead is
okay, but bacteria is alive, so why can't bacteria suffer?
It's not like a conscious. I don't know.
It doesn't have a conscious experience. Exactly, Jay. Does a brain dead patient have a conscious experience?
No, but I just
No. So then a brain dead patient can't suffer either. And just one step further, does a fetus before 20 weeks have a conscious experience?
No, but it does.
No, so a fetus can't suffer either, dude. You just fucked yourself over.
No,
so
it has a chance. It has a chance though to become.
To have it in the future. Yeah. So you're just saying it has a chance that it could suffer in the future, but it definitely can't suffer right now.
No, it can have conscious.
So I mean, like, see what I mean? It's like as soon as you start challenging your internal biases, your whole argument falls to shit. Okay, right? You're over here just saying the stupidest shit known to mankind. Well, and honestly, Jay, I'm actually led to believe that even you agree that it's false, but you don't want to admit that because it'd be embarrassing to do so in front of 4.5 thousand people. Right? You agreed that a bacteria cell can't suffer because it doesn't exhibit consciousness. Okay, well, it's gonna be the same thing when we're talking about a brain dead patient or a fetus before 20 weeks, and that's actually why I'm pro-choice.
A fetus one can still, whatever it's called, still feels pain, and also at some not at early weeks, but in, like, I don't know how what the exact week is, but it has chance of consciousness.
I do.
Brain dead person.
I know specifically when it gains the ability to feel pain. That's going to be at 27 weeks after the thymocortical connections, when consciousness generally deploys at about 20 through 24 weeks. Right. So yeah, anything to about 20 weeks, I don't really care about. You understand that? Yep. Yeah. Should we like keep it up? Like, obviously this guy's being intellectually dishonest. Obviously he knows he's wrong. Obviously he's being dense. He won't even like contest that. Like, I just sat here and I called Jay intellectually dishonest. I said Jay knows that he's wrong and he just doesn't want to admit it. And then he quite literally just ignored that all because he agrees, right? He knows that I'm telling the truth. He knows I'm right. He knows I'm not wrong, right? And that's why he's just ignoring that. But yeah, we'll wait for Jay's response here, buddy. Go ahead.
All right, well, you muted me. I didn't mute myself. But so the difference between like a fetus and a brain dead person, a brain is, well, there's definitely a religious sense to it. Like a fetus still has a soul. That's why it has value. Where a brain dead,
yeah. So just pause it. Make believe nonsense. Got it.
Oh yeah. I mean, of course you make fun of religion. Like,
well, no, I'm not making fun of it. But
like when it's Catholic faith, you can make fun of it, but it's any other religion you can't, or you don't debunk. I never see you have arguments on Islam or any other religion except for Christianity.
Okay, well then obviously you don't watch my streams enough. First of all,
I do.
I've seen you. So first of all, I don't think that there'd be any issue if I only spoke about Christianity, because it just so happens that Christianity is the only religion that impacts my government in the way that my country's run. Okay, but then like second, yeah, it absolutely is. 88% of our Congress is what? Christian. Every single president that we've ever had as a country is what? Christian.
There's so much Jewish people in power.
No, literally not.
Yes, there is. All the millionaires, they control everything. They control the sports, which is a big political. There's NBA is political power.
And right into the anti-Semitism. Great.
How's that anti-Semitism?
What percentage? What percentage?
You said Christian.
What percentage of our government? Well, the thing is I'm telling the truth and you're not. What percentage of our government is Christian, and what percentage of our government is Jewish?
Well, there's still, outside of the government, there's still like powerful things that are being ran by Jewish and Christian.
Okay.
But when you say,
did you actually know, like when I debunk Christianity and
not anti-Christian when you say that.
Wait, I have a question. So what is the Old Testament of the Christian Bible?
What?
What is the Old Testament of the Christian Bible?
It's Judaism.
The Torah, right? So when I shit on the Old Testament of the Christian Bible, I'm also shitting on the Torah. Thereby, out of virtue on that, shitting on Judaism. And I will make it like incredibly clear. Like I hold like equality within my intellectual stances against all Abrahamic religions. Okay, and I'm very clear on what I believe in. What I believe is that there's nothing inherently wrong with being a Christian. There's nothing inherently wrong with being a Muslim. There's nothing inherently wrong with being Jewish. Right? Where I find issues when people misapply these religions to turn them in from a symbol of peace and love into a weapon of hate, and they use them to persecute those around them. That's the only time I take issue, and that's the only time I'll step in, intervene, and demonstrate how what you believe in is absolutely baseless. And the fact that you're getting so fucking pissed that I'm telling you you're wrong just shows how important it is for me to tell you that you're wrong. Because for whatever reason, the society that we live in is just completely okay with indoctrinating people into these faith-based beliefs, and it is to the point where you and everyone around you will literally stigmatize people and tell them that they're prejudiced if they try try to tell you that you're wrong. Like, I was literally like, hey, I don't know, maybe you wouldn't be able to give me any real evidence that a fetus has a soul. Maybe you wouldn't even be able to describe to me what a soul is. Maybe that this is just fundamentally rooted in your faith and your moral intuitions and so on. And then you said, oh, here you go again, shitting on Christianity. It's almost like you want to uphold anti-intellectualism. It's almost like you don't want me to question what you believe in, because you know that the truth is not afraid of scrutiny, and you always will be, because what you believe in isn't true, man. It's simple. Like, if you want to have a conversation about what you believe in, let's do it. But when you get to the point where I interject a hypothesis that discredits your religion, you get mad at me and tell me that I'm shitting on it. It is just so regressive, man. Defend what you believe in. Have a backbone. Have a spine. Tell me why I'm wrong, dude. Debate me on this shit. Don't just tell me that I'm shitting on your religion.
I talk now?
Yeah.
You're being really hypocritical, because when you said Christianity, it runs a lot of the government. It's not anti-Christian. When I said Judaism does, you say, oh, now here's the anti-Semitic. Like that's the exact same thing, but it's not anti-Christian when you say it.
Because Christian values is what 80% of our Congress claim to dictate their policy-oriented positions on.
Christianity was
exactly, and now you're one of those people. Could you please give me an example of a mainstream politician that served as our president, that has been dictating decisions inside of our Congress, that has posited that their Jewish values are what drive their policy-oriented positions? And can you please show me the real-world impact of Judaism that has created harm in our society on the large scale? No, you can't. So it's like when you just like say this shit like, oh, it's the Jewish people. It's always the Jewish people. It's like, man, no, that's just a conspiratorial nonsense.
It's the Christian people for you. How am I attacking the Jewish religion? I'm just saying the same thing. I'm just saying there's so many religions of power in the country, and mostly Christianity. And
you're not going to defend that the fetus has a soul, and you instead try to hold on to this point, and you don't want to even listen to what I have to say.
You pivoted with the Christianity thing.
No, you pivoted when I told you that your claim that no, you're going to listen to me now, Jay. You pivoted because when I told you that your claim that a fetus has a soul, because you ultimately couldn't. Okay, Jay, 5, 4.
You're hating on Christianity. You have to
5, 4, 3. Okay, I gotta mute. Why do you consider it to be me hating on Christianity when I tell you what you believe in is wrong? How about you defend Christianity instead from an intellectual position?
I said that there's also people in power who are Jewish who help run the country and anti-Semitic to you.
Like who?
You said, huh? The whole NBA. The NBA is a huge political power.
The NBA?
Yes.
Okay, and give me one instance of the NBA driving political decisions because of the Jewish faith.
No, the Jewish people run it, and they're all liberal, and they all bring this like that Black Lives Matter.
So give me an example of one movement, one thing that has ever existed in our country politically that has only been driven because of Judaism.
They politicize it because they politicize the NBA for money.
Can you give me a specific example?
Can you admit that NBA is
I want you to answer my question, Jay. You understand that you're pivoting. You're going to answer my question.
No, you don't answer any of my questions. Can you?
Actually, I do. You're going to answer my question. You're drawing a comparison because of the influence of the Christian faith on our religion, and then you posited the influence of the Jewish faith on our country. Okay, so I want you to give me an example of one mainstream political movement, one drive for policy that has been compromised given Jewish faith. Give me one example of like a mainstream political movement, right, that is completely driven given Jewish values. So the only reason that you think BLM exists is because of Jewish values?
Well, these endorsements to Kamala Harris with all the NBA players. LeBron,
so NBA players endorsing Kamala Harris is rooted in the Jewish religion, and that's why it's evil?
The Jewish people run the NBA, and they make them do it for money.
Okay, I want you to prove to me, I want you to give me an argument with provided sources and evidence that there's a group of people that are Jewish and they're having the NBA players endorse Kamala Harris because of their Jewish religion.
It's not about the Jewish religion, it's just about that there's people who are Jewish in power.
What are their names?
I can't name you, but it's a fact that they all run the NBA.
Okay, well, who's they?
A lot of Jewish people run the NBA.
Give me one name.
I can't give you one name, but it's still
because it's not a fact.
Look it up.
No, I'm not doing your homework for you.
Adam Silver.
Adam Silver. Okay, so who is Adam Silver? And give me one example of Adam driving a mainstream political
It's not
movement
even about the
because of his
religion
Jewish
itself.
faith.
It's just about that for some reason a lot of that exact.
Okay, all right, and that's exactly what the point I'm making. We'll address your anti-Semitism in a bit, but my main point
How am I
driving here.
anti-Semitic? How am I anti?
I said we'd address that in a bit. You kerfuffling dumbass. You could wait your turn, okay?
No,
Dude, you're so insufferable, right? What I said was very clear. The Christian faith, right, has played instrumental, right, to policy decisions in America dating back to the colonialization of the quote-unquote new land, right, and American slavery. Okay, that is undeniable. And now we have 80% of our Congress making policy-oriented decisions today, including yourself supporting them because of your religion, to infringe upon the rights of all 170 million American women and girls. Okay, and when you try to compare this to a Jewish influence on our country, the best that you could come up with is some dude named Adam Silver that you think is Jewish, that is making decisions that you admit aren't rooted within his religion. And that is why those two circumstances are not comparable.
Go to the first part. You said a lot of stuff there. So you think that Roe v. Wade was overturned because of the Christian faith, right? A big part of the overturn was Christian faith.
I wouldn't be able to give you an argument for that with facts, but what I can give you an argument for is that vast majority of conservative support across the country, including the Republican congressmen and women actively making the decision to institute pro-life legislation, is predicated on Christian values.
All right, so you think that it was wrong? That's why it's wrong for it to be overturned because of the Christian faith.
No, I actually
originally Roe v. Wade was abortion.
So what I just told you, Jay, is that it's the Republican congressmen and women that are instituting pro-life legislation in their states that are doing so because of their Christian faith. I wouldn't be able to give you an argument that that's why the justices in the Supreme Court made their ruling. I could speculate and say maybe, but we could definitely hold a strong position for the congressmen and women that are creating the pro-life legislation.
All right, so if you know how like the original Roe v. Wade happened, like it was allowed because of a lie, you know.
Okay, Jay. So I don't know how to make myself any more clear. You're not responding or addressing my point. Should we kick him? Like I mean, this is so fucking annoying. Like this is like seriously why I hate these conversations sometimes. Yeah. It's because people like Jay make them absolutely insufferable. Just like typical MAGA, can't answer a damn question, can't respond to a damn argument, and never wants to talk about what I'm saying because they're not smart enough to engage. Very typical MAGA. What's up? Did you vote for Trump?
Oh, yeah, I did.
And why did you do that?
Well, for me, I just turned 18, so I'm like a freshman in college. And what I heard and what I know is that prices have significantly gone up in the past 4 years, and I attribute a lot of that to Biden-Harris.
Okay, yeah, sure. So what did they do that caused the inflation?
I think a lot of it was reckless spending. I do know that Trump also spent a lot, but that was a lot of COVID spending. I also just know that they have a record. I typically support more of the conservative financial agenda, and so I think a lot of this kind of leftist financial agenda has driven up prices for a lot of Americans.
Okay, so you think that the reckless spending caused inflation. So Donald Trump
not just the reckless spending, but
so then what else?
I just told you the whole agenda of
you have to be more specific than that.
The Green New Deal, this whole climate thing.
The Green New Deal was not the name of a policy passed under Biden and Harris. In fact, the Green New Deal was shot down by Congress in the early 21st century.
The Inflation Reduction Act, I think, was...
So how did the Inflation Reduction Act cause inflation?
I'm not saying it caused inflation. I'm saying prices are higher under Joe Biden, and lots of people attribute that to Kamala Harris.
With all due respect, what question did I ask you?
You asked why is Biden responsible for inflation?
I asked you what Biden and Harris done that caused inflation. You said reckless spending, and then when I was going to give you my counter argument, you said, but that's not all, there was more. So what else did they do that caused inflation in our country?
Well, I think first, I already mentioned the spending, but besides the spending, I just feel like, I mean, their prices have risen. Are you not agreeing with that?
Okay. So saying prices have risen is not a response to my question of what did Biden and Harris do to cause prices to rise?
I mean, why do you, okay, so I told you, and a lot of it was spending, number one. A lot of it was the Inflation Reduction Act and not doing much to address the inflation, right? So a lot of inflation was going up in 2021, 2022.
So what
They
caused
waited a
the
long,
inflation?
what caused the inflation was it was a global supply chain was also a cause of it too, but so it was everywhere was the inflation, but it was also here in America.
Okay, so far you have two. You have reckless spending and COVID. Anything else?
Reckless spending, COVID, global supply chain,
Global
those are the
supply
main
chain
three.
is what COVID
Yeah,
was.
those are the main three.
So anything else?
I would say those are the main ones.
Okay. So to touch on your first point, reckless spending, Donald Trump spent 8.6 trillion. Reckless spending, Donald Trump spent 8.6 trillion. Reckless spending, Donald Trump spent 8.6 trillion. $6 trillion while they were president. So out of the $8.6 trillion that Trump spent, 4.8 trillion of that was non-COVID related, according to the CRBF, and 2.2 of Biden and Harris's was non-COVID related. So if you want to attribute inflation to government spending, you'd have to necessarily concede that Trump caused twice as much of inflation as Biden and Harris, according to the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget.
Oh, you're gonna seeing that Biden only spent 4 trillion. Where are you getting that number from?
4.6 trillion according to the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget. Look up Trump Biden federal spending CRBF.
Okay, because I'm pretty sure Biden added like 7 trillion to the debt. So
No.
okay, so so you're trying. Okay, I see what your argument you're trying to make. I do get it, but I will give. I think Trump during COVID, the height of COVID, he did have to spend a lot of that money to get those government stimulus checks to
That's
get
why we are
all of it
only
resolved.
that's why we're only looking at non-COVID spending.
Yeah. So the non-COVID spending, um, yeah. Well, okay. So you're saying non-COVID spending, Trump was worse, is what you're saying. He spent more.
Trump spent twice as much
Hmm. Then why were prices lower, according to you?
because of the second thing you said. Issues with the global supply chain and COVID.
Yeah.
You were spot on there. Okay, we had global inflation in every country around the world, including America. But because of Biden and Harris, something to
Well, go
say.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
And because of Biden and Harris, we had the quickest response and rebound from it out of any other country in the G7. But of course, that was not Biden and Harris's fault. They didn't cause it.
Then why do you think so many voters trust Donald Trump more on the economy? If Biden, the argument you're making is he did not cause it, then why do you think the voters say that don't trust Biden in the economy? And actually, the exit polls, all of them show that they trust more, trust Trump by about 10 points more on the economy.
Because inflation happened under Biden and Harris. Inflation didn't happen
Yep.
under Trump.
Exactly. So okay, so you're agreeing that Trump was good at limiting the amount of inflation
I never
in
agreed to
America.
that. No, I never
Okay.
agreed to that, right?
So there was
Because
just
all that
happened to
I
be no.
said,
It was a coincidence there was no inflation during his presidency.
no, it's not a coincidence. We could explain why. Like he walked into a booming economy that had job growth and low rates of inflation for 48 months straight in accordance with Obama's term. Meanwhile, Biden and Harris walked into a global pandemic that caused inflation of upwards to 9 to 11% in every country on the face of the earth.
So you're saying even in 2019, when there was basically no inflation, it was all this. You're saying Barack Obama helped that.
Yeah, I don't think that we could attribute any policy that Trump passed to cause low rates of inflation under his presidency.
So
In
why
fact,
was there no
the identical
inflation? It's all
macroeconomic trends in
Obama,
which we
right? You're
saw
giving
continue.
Obama the credit for Trump's no inflation now.
Yes, because we saw the identical macroeconomic trends continue. And by the way, laughing is not a counter argument.
I'm trying to. So you're saying Barack Obama,
Do I need to
when he
repeat
got out at
myself?
2012, he got out at 2016, right? That's when Barack Obama got out. You're saying even though there was
He
no
actually got out
inflation,
2017.
yeah,
We're
when there was
talking
roughly no,
facts, right?
yeah, January, yeah, exactly. Roughly when there was roughly no inflation for the next 4 years until COVID, it was all. You're saying Trump had nothing to do with the fact that there was very low inflation for the
That's
next few
exactly
years.
what I'm saying.
So you're saying Trump? So why do you think there was such low inflation? Why such low inflation?
Because Obama passed good economic policy.
Trump did too.
Like what?
The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act was the main one. There was several, but
No, that was actually a very bad bill, and you'd have to
nope.
concede. Okay, what was that bill? How much did it cost?
It cost. I know it cost a lot, but it actually ended up saving the American people more money than it cost.
No, false. How much did it grow our GDP annually? So see when I'm like trying to detail and describe to you why it was a bad bill, and then you interrupt me 3 words in and you say no, but you don't know anything about the bill, demonstrates your cognitive dissonance. So I'm going to go back to what I was saying insofar as why it was a bad bill. So the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act was a bad piece of legislation because it cost $1.7 trillion in reckless government spending, the one thing you said you disagreed with. Donald Trump had no plan for how he was going to pay for that. That was literally just money that was thrown on debt to our country. And then according to 2 expert economists from Harvard, one right and one left leaning, right, it only grew our GDP by 0.02% per year. That is $20 billion per year, which only generated $10 billion in government revenue. So would you say that a $1.7 trillion investment for a 0.02% year-by-year return on our GDP is a good investment or a bad investment?
I think it was. I'm not talking about GDP. I'm talking about how much it helped the American people. The average
How do we measure how
the
much it
average
helped the
person
American
saves
people?
the average middle class family saved about $4,000 a year thanks to that act. So $4,000 a year for all these families is worth that $1 trillion, especially considering the fact that Biden spent $1 trillion and
What
that did not
percent?
help at all.
What percent of the tax cuts went to people making over $500,000 a year?
I do not know the exact percentage. What I'm saying is a lot of
It's
it
it's
went to
it's 83%, right? So in other words, $1 trillion
the
was
average.
spent.
Are you
Okay,
refuting the fact that the average family saved
you're gonna go
4,000?
on fucking mute until I could finish speaking because you literally have no impulse control and I have to baby you. Yeah, you said that the average American benefited $4,000 a year from the TCGA. We heard you the first time, and I promise I'll respond to everything that you say. You just have to stop talking, shut up, and allow me to. So 83% of the 83% of the cuts in the bill went to people making over $500,000 a year. Okay, the bill benefited people making under 50K the least. And the issue with the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act isn't, right, that it didn't help the average American at all, right? It's that it disproportionately helped rich people. Okay, we need to be building economic policy in America, right? That isn't only a well-spent money, meaning that we know where it's going to come from. We're either going to cut government spending or we're going to generate new revenue, right? But you also have to make sure that it addresses the right people proportionately, right? And the right people would be that average American that needs it the most, right? And that's why Kamala Harris was such a good candidate for the presidency. Kamala Harris's economic policy only benefited members of the low and the middle class. And she knew how much it cost. And she knew how she was going to pay for it. It was an economic amazement, right? And then, but instead of that, you voted for Trump, the person that's going to institute the TCGA for another 10 years, right? But is going to try to pay for it with global tariffs that are already alienating and destroying our relations with allies like Canada, violating prior trade agreements such as the USMCA, and will have rebounding negative effects regressively on people that make less money through inflation.
So you're saying that Kamala Harris is going to be so good for working class voters. Trump won working class voters, people making under $100,000. So don't blame the voters. That's one of the main takeaways for the Democrats.
This is
So
such a logical fallacy. Who is better for middle class Americans in 2020?
the voters say Trump because people working class voted for
Hey,
Trump this
Rajiv, answer
election.
my question. Who do you think was better for middle class workers in 2020, Biden or Trump?
I think Trump was better, and so
And
did the
who got
American
most of their
people.
vote?
So did the American. No, I'm saying now, 2024.
Oh, okay. So when most of the middle class workers voted for Biden in 2020, they were wrong. But because most middle class workers voted for Trump in 2024, that's why Trump is better.
No, I'll tell you why. A
So
lot
do
of the
you see how
working
that's a
class
logical fallacy? Can you
in
admit that that's a logical
2020.
fallacy?
So let me explain. Let me explain my point.
No, I want you to admit that that's a logical fallacy.
Well, can I explain, and then you can maybe hear rebuttal? You didn't let me finish. You cut me off when I was in the middle of a sentence.
So once again, the point that I want you to respond to is the
Again,
fact that you're saying because most middle
I'll
class
respond if you
workers,
let me finish. Correct.
you're saying because most middle class workers voted for Trump, Trump is better for the middle class workers. Although in 2020, when most middle class workers voted for Biden, that didn't mean that he was better for middle class workers. In fact, you would have posited that Trump was, right? All that this tells us, right, is that we can't use a populist opinion to dictate what is true and accurate. good example of this would be for most of human history, upwards of 95% of people thought that the earth was flat. Did it mean that the earth was flat? But please continue to explain and commit your logical fallacy. We will hear you out.
So I think in 2020, a lot of people thought Biden was going to be better. They didn't see Biden as president. They gave him a chance. Once they saw the 4 years of Biden, they did not like it. His approval rating is actually worse than Trump's right now. His approval rating was one of the worst of all time, Joe Biden's, right? So people thought he was going to be good. They gave him a chance in 2020. However, they realized the fact that he was terrible for the economy, and that's why now working class voters after seeing one term of each, they undeniably went to Trump by about 8 percentage points, according to most of these exit polls.
Okay, let's
So
see
they
if the
gave
average
Biden the
American is.
chance.
Let's see if the average American is right. Name one bad economic policy that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris influenced to get passed through Congress.
Can I finish, or you could continue? Repeat your question. But I was just trying to finish. I didn't hear you there.
What else do you possibly have to say?
I was talking, and then you cut me off.
Okay, go ahead and continue.
Okay, I was saying that the average American trusts Donald Trump more after they gave both Trump and Biden one term. The people gave both of them one term, and they said that Trump was by 6 points better for the economy. And these are working class voters making under $100,000.
Okay, you're seemingly done now. Thank you. So let's see if the average American working class worker is correct. What is one bad economic policy that Biden and Harris influenced to get passed?
My argument is that there was a lack of lack of response to this inflation. So instead of not, they didn't really pass many bad policies, but they didn't pass any good policies that would have helped with this inflation.
Okay. Name one country in the G7 that responded to the inflation caused by COVID better than we did.
I think France responded well. I think other nations responded very well. I'm not going to go on here on an international rant. We didn't have a chance. We had Trump or Kamala Harris.
Okay.
So I'm not going to say that.
And that's your issue. Okay. So you just said that France gave a good response to the inflation onset by COVID. Here's the thing. We actually had a better response than France did. So our peak inflation rate caused by the pandemic was 9%. And we were able to drop not only in the inflation rate faster than France and any other country.
You're wrong here. Inflation is at 1.6% right now, and I just Googled it to get my fact check, but I don't know off the top of my head. So inflation is about a whole 1 percentage point below us 4 years later. So,
okay. So I'm talking about the response rate from countries in the G7 compared to the US. If you look up a comparative analysis of the average country in the G7 compared to American inflation rate caused by COVID, you would understand that what I'm saying is correct. And I would love you to listen to what I say, because I'm giving you more than a fair opportunity to speak. In fact, I even allowed you to continue to speak when I apparently cut you off, and then you cut me off midway through. So I think that you need to give me that same respect. Is that fair?
yeah.
Awesome. So the U.S. had the quickest response out of any other country in the G7 to the inflation onset by COVID, right? And that is actually astounding because we had to spend the most money to rebound and not cause a recession, which should be indicative of higher inflation rates on average, but yet it wasn't. Okay, right. And the issue here is Biden and Harris, right, were able to change the trajectory of America from near recession and 30-year lows in the stock market and in a 50-year high rate of inflation of 9%, right, to the quickest GDP growth out of any other country in the G7, right, best rebounding rates of inflation, right, compared, right, to the overall percentage, right, as well as we have now seen increases in consumer savings, all-time high in stock and crypto markets, and you're going to sit here and say that it wasn't good enough. You understand where America's position today is better than where America was positioned in 2018 under Trump. We actually have a lower rate of inflation this year than we did in July of 2018 and 2019 with Trump-era golden policy. And I feel like it's these facts that you need to come to terms with. And in all reality, you don't have an argument, you just have rhetoric. And that is your issue. At the end of the day, Biden and Harris passed much more substantial and better policy than Trump ever did. Biden and Harris have a phenomenal track record. We're going to be looking at the PACT Act that invested $800 million into the expansion of VA healthcare benefits, the CHIPS and Science Act that invested $30 billion into bringing chip production back home to the U.S. We're going to be producing 20% of the global supply in the next 6 years. We're going to be looking at the Inflation Reduction Act that was the biggest investment into renewable energy resources ever while being deficit reducing over the 10-year lifespan of the bill, as well as the infrastructure bill that is something Trump tried to get passed, could never get it done. Then Biden got it passed within his first year that invested $1 trillion into the renewal of of local infrastructure across America to bolster their economies, to create new construction jobs, and of course, as the first point I said, to renew their infrastructure. And what did Trump do? Well, he imposed tariffs on China that bankrupted American farmers. He passed his tax cuts that disproportionately favored rich people, cost close to $2 trillion and only led to a 0.02% return on our GDP per year. He also tried to institute a Muslim ban, right, to ban all new Muslims from coming into our country, right? And now, before his second presidency, he's already lying about conversations with the president of Mexico, isolating us from Canada, and now Canada's threatening to not give us any more oil and gas, even though 70% of our imports are from them. He is having the EU strategically plan around the US how they're going to continue to support Ukraine. Some are even indicating that they may have to join the war, meaning that it will become a larger global conflict, and further isolating away from us because of the tariffs that we have threatened to impose upon them. And this is all before he even touches the Oval Office. He's obviously a very bad pick for the presidency, and that's on top of the fact that he's a 34-count felon adjudicated rapist.
So I'll respond to the inflation for France. You said U.S. recovered better than France and all the other G7 countries when it comes to inflation. That was your statement, correct?
I'm saying that the U.S. had the quickest response to the inflation onset of COVID of any other country in the G7.
So you would say in 2022 was a good. That was a lot. That was really we saw the inflation and COVID kind of spike. And 2022 was the year you would say that would have the biggest impact, right?
I don't know.
Around that time?
It's 2021, 2022.
Okay. So in 2022, inflation in France was actually 5.9%. Remember that, 5.9%. Under Biden, it was 6.5%. So the notion that the inflation was lower in the U.S. is actually not true. It was about a point higher in 2022 in the U.S. So that was just a false statement that you just said there.
Okay, well, would you like me to inform you that it is not a false statement? So not only did we have like lower peak rates, but we also had better rebounds in June of.
Just respond there. Inflation. So what would you say the inflation in 2022 was for the U.S.? What was inflation? The percent.
Shit. Do you mind if I fucking finish?
Inflation was 6.5%, and it was a 5.9 in France, so it was higher in the U.S.
What was the inflation rate that France peaked at after the pandemic?
5.9%. I could show statistically.com. I'm literally on the graph right now. 5.9.
5.9. Well, we'll go ahead and look at it. Also, like, I love how you won't even like respond to anything I'm fucking saying. France inflation.
I did respond. You said inflation was higher in France. I'm saying no, it's lower. Is that not responding?
Okay. Let's see here.
That's literally responding that your statement was.
I said the G7 average. If you're curious, that's specifically what.
No, you said G7 other countries, and I'm saying France, the G7 country, had lower inflation and rebounded better.
Okay, so what did France do that we didn't that made them rebound better?
Okay, now you just changed your statement. You said inflation. I said France had lower inflation. Are you agreeing that France? Okay.
So once again, I made my position incredibly clear, and I give you evidence to believe it, right? So my claim is that the U.S. had a quicker and better response to the inflation onset by COVID, right, out of the average in the G7, right? And I could give you sources for this, and it's abundantly clear that I'm correct. Like for instance. Okay, so you're going to interrupt me again. Like, for instance, we had quicker decreasing costs in energy. We had a better rebounding labor market, as well as comparable and better rates of unemployment compared to the average in the G7. And then also compared to our peak of 10%, we've had more of a drastic drop in our rate of inflation, which is the thing that you're not evaluating. When you say that the peak rate of inflation in France was 5.6% and they now have it a point lower than us, well, yeah, our peak was 10%. So they went from being 6 points below us to 1 point below us. So comparatively, proportionate to the peak rate of inflation caused by the pandemic, we had a better response. And then further yet, on top of that, you can't even address the policy that I told you the Biden-Harris administration passed and how it would compare to the policy that Trump passed and how it's substantially better. And this isn't even getting into, right, what we're talking about insofar as what Trump is doing today and how that is bad for the American consumer. If you don't like inflation, then how do you feel about the 20 to 30% flat rate tariff that he wants to impose on all goods imported into our country, which experts estimate will raise the price of our gasoline by upwards of 30 to 40 to 70 cents a gallon, right? And which now has Canada threatening to end all energy imports into our country and will cause inflation on any good imported into our country.
Your original statement was that other G7 countries recovered better. Recovered worse. I'm saying they recovered better. So your statement was, you just changed your whole statement now. After I just proved you wrong, you just literally changed your statement from the average of G7. You changed your statement from
we even recovered better than France.
Average.
We literally even recovered better than France. Like I just want that to be.
We didn't though. Our inflation's higher right now.
How much is it higher?
Our inflation, our inflation's at 2.6. This is at 1.7. So
So
it's higher.
it's higher by 0.9%, right?
That's still higher,
And
right?
Rajiv, how much higher was our rate of inflation compared to France at the peak?
So 2021, 2022, that would be the peak, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So 2022, France's rate was 5.9% inflation. Ours was at 6.5%. We had higher inflation than France in 2022.
So first of all, no, the peak of inflation caused by the pandemic in our country was 10%. And the peak
Okay, so
of
all right,
inflation
so it was
suffered by
even worse.
France
That's even
was
worse.
5.6%.
Exactly. So exactly, we recovered even worse than this. Thank you for
Our
proving my point.
recovery was literally better in accordance
If we had
with
10% inflation, they had
Rajiv, do you mind
6%.
if you
How
let
was
me
ours
finish?
better?
Yes.
How was ours better?
Because the recovery onset by the Biden-Harris administration from the high rates of inflation was better proportionately speaking, right? Because we went from having a rate of inflation that was 4 to 5% higher than that of France to that in which is 0.9% higher than that was in France. And we should expect us to have a higher rate of inflation caused by the pandemic because of how much we spent to avoid a recession. So Donald Trump spent
exactly.
$2 trillion.
2022 was
Donald Trump spent $2.3 trillion.
Joe Biden was president in
Hey,
2022.
Rajiv, I need you to let me finish. I'm trying to explain this to you and you're not understanding it. Do you mind if you let me finish? Thank you. So Trump spent $2.3 trillion on COVID, on rebounding from COVID. Biden and Harris spent $1.9 trillion on rebounding from COVID. It's a total of $4.2 trillion fucking dollars. Okay, right, and that's how much we had to spend because we run the world's largest economy with the world's most booming consumer base with over 300 million people. That's how much we had to spend to avoid recession. That's a bipartisan issue. No one's going to disagree, right? And what drives inflation? Spending, whether it's from the consumer or from the government. So that's why we had the 10% peak, and that's why France only had a 5.6% peak, because they had to spend less money. If France had 300 million people that lived in their country, well, then they would have had an inflation rate comparable or higher to that of 10%. But when I say that the US had a better recovery, we're not talking about the peak rate of inflation, right? Because that was after the damage. The recovery comes after the damage. The recovery comes after the peak. We recovered better from our peak rate of inflation onset by COVID than they recovered from their peak rate of inflation onset by COVID. And I just want it to be known that this man not only is getting cooked on this subject, all because he doesn't know, right, what I'm referencing when we talk about the recovery economy experienced in the US compared to that of other G7 countries, right? But then he also won't respond to anything else. It's like, if Rajiv really cared about inflation, why won't you respond to the fact that Donald Trump's economic policy today will cost close to $7 trillion, more than what the entirety of the Biden-Harris administration spent, including their COVID-related expenditure? He has no plan where that money is going to come from, and he wants to impose tariffs, which will regressively cause inflation and impact members of the low and the middle class the most. Let's talk about inflation, man. Please respond.
I'm talking about the fact that you first mentioned that we recovered better under Joe Biden than any other country in
And
the
we
world.
did because of what I just described, but respond to my point.
And then I said, wait, we didn't. We didn't recover better because we have a higher inflation right now than France does, and we recovered not as good.
Okay,
And then
so, sir, with all due respect, I just gave...
I am talking.
So,
you talked for 2 minutes on a rant.
I'm going to go ahead and interrupt you. Because what was my counter argument? Yeah, the fact that we recovered better is prevalent in the fact that we only have a 0.9% rate of inflation difference compared to France when we had like a 4% difference rate of inflation than France at the peaks caused by the pandemic. I even explained to you why the peaks were different in our countries. You weren't even responding, little. You weren't even listening, little bro. Like, the recovery is what comes after the peaks onset by the pandemic. And you won't even hear that out.
We right now.
And you won't even respond to what else I was saying. Dude, you're like a fucking... No, okay. No, what was my last question to you?
Your last question is you basically said that we had high inflation.
No. That wasn't my last question to you. Do I need to repeat my last question for you? Because you obviously didn't hear it.
I heard it. I heard your last statement.
Then what was it?
Your last statement is that we recovered better on percentage.
I'm telling you that wasn't my last statement.
You just said that.
No, that wasn't my last statement. I will repeat my last statement. If you care about inflation, if you care about sound economic policy, then why don't you care about the fact that Donald Trump wants to spend $7 trillion on another 10 years of the TCGA when that's almost twice as much as what Biden and Harris spent during the last 4 years on one policy, when he's announced no plan for where that money is going to come from, meaning that it's reckless government spending, as well as his plan for tariffs, which will cause inflation in our country to unprecedented levels.
All right, so I'm going to respond on these tariffs then, but you keep bringing them up. Sure, I'll respond on that. I do not believe, me, along with all the other American people who overwhelmingly voted for Donald Trump, do not believe his tariffs will raise prices. In fact, we've seen people like Kevin O'Leary, other people who have worked in China, who have business in China, who actually say the opposite. They say these tariffs will actually threaten China, and they will actually help reduce our own consumer costs. People who worked in China have said this, along with all the other American people who voted for Donald Trump. You're in the minority here when you say that Trump will be worse for the economy.
Okay, well, I'm going to walk you real quick, just like how I walked Nick Fuentes on the subject. Would you agree that tariffs are supposed to incentivize more domestic production?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do tariffs incentivize more domestic production?
It's basically a tax on imports.
And how
You're
does a tax
taxing
on
the
import
imports.
incentivize more domestic production?
Because China will finally understand they have to start not scamming the American people and actually start paying their taxes on imports, which
But my
therefore,
question is, how does companies in China paying a tax on an import cause there to be more production of goods in America?
when they pay the tax, they'll start paying the tax, which will actually help lower our prices.
How? Wait, no, okay, well, not only was that false, but that's actually not the question that I want you to answer. We'll just ignore that shit, okay? Whatever, it's BS. But the question I want you to answer is, how does Chinese companies paying a tax on the goods that they send into America cause there to be a higher level of production of goods in America? Because I could tell you how. The answer to this question is, well, it makes the goods from the other countries more expensive. They pass that tax off to the consumer once it's in the market, making the product more expensive, right? And when the consumer sees that goods from other
China
countries are more
pays for it,
expensive,
not the consumer. China will pay. China will pay for it.
who pays for it once it's in the market?
China will pay for it.
Dude,
China
I'm
will
sorry.
pay the tax, and then
So
we'll
then-
get it.
Okay, well, if China's paying the tax, why does it incentivize a further level of domestic production?
Because it also China paying the tax, and it'll help make more products in America. But China will not want to give us all those products. There'll
Okay,
be
so
more
they're
made
going to
in
want to send
America.
us. So they're going to want to send us less products.
We'll start to transition to more of a made in America plan over the next 4 years under Donald Trump.
Okay, so I have a question. So why would Chinese companies paying this tax on goods imported into our country disincentivize them from sending those goods? Because what we see historically speaking is not
Because
that
they're paying a
at all.
tax. It's a tax, so that they're going to have to end up. They're going to get decentralized because they're paying extra money out of their pocket.
Okay,
Correct?
So no, incorrect. And the reason I say this is because raising taxes on goods from a corporation doesn't disincentivize the corporation from selling those goods. It incentivizes the corporation to charge more for those goods. Would you agree with me that we had an industrialized American economy in the 60s, 70s, and 80s?
I would agree mostly with that. Yeah.
The corporate tax rate was 45%. And if we were to trust your hypothesis that raising taxes on a corporation that's selling goods makes them sell less goods, why was the economy so good in the 60s, 70s, and 80s?
I'm talking about taxes on China, not corporate taxes in the U.S.
It's identical when we're asking this question, right?
It's
Because
not
all that you're
identical.
saying here
Nah.
is that if
It's-
we
I'm talking about
tax these
tariffs on
companies
China.
more, they will reduce their output, right?
I am not talking about corporate tax rates in America. I'm talking about taxes on
Okay,
China.
you are
Tariffs on
dude,
China.
you are just not tracking what I'm saying at all. At the end of the day, what happens is that
You speak very fast, and you don't make much sense.
at the end of the day, what happens is there is companies in China that sell products in America's economy. When we place a 25% tariff on those goods, you are right, the company will pay that on the supply side, but then they will increase the price of their product so they can still meet their sufficient profit margins, because companies in other countries want
No,
to sell to
they
American
won't.
consumers
No.
because they're reliant on it, right? And which then leads to the consumer paying more. King, thank you so much for the $15 on Venmo to tell guests to shut up. I appreciate you for the love, King. Everybody, please show some love to King down below. And yes, that is true. Do you agree with trickle-down economics?
Generally, no.
So you think that Donald Trump's tax code is bad because it's trickle-down economics?
I don't think it's bad. I think it's better than what Harris had to offer.
Okay, why? Because his was focused on trickle-down economics.
Can we talk about the
wasn't.
tariffs? We were talking about the tariffs. You just changed. Can we talk about the tariffs?
Because what I was going to say is conceptually relevant. Like, of course, you should support trickle-down economics because that's what Trump stands on, bro.
Okay. So last point on the tariffs. I think that even though when China, when they pay more on the tax, they will not raise their prices as much. We will transition to a more made in America plan. China will end up paying the taxes. It'll be China, not the American people.
So are they going to raise their prices at all?
They barely. The tax will be
what
more
do we call that? Wait, 1 second.
I'll tell you what.
Wait. A silent concession is what we just got. A silent concession is what we just got.
If you let me explain.
You have now said that China will raise the price of their goods barely. So there'll barely be some inflation? Interesting.
The tariff, the percent of the tariff that we pay, the tariff percent, right? So say that tax would be 20%, which is what around the Donald Trump is proposing. When they raise the prices, it'll be less than 20%, meaning that China will pay the remaining net price, right? So let's say the tariff is 20% and they raise their prices by 10%, then they're still paying 10% out of the pocket for themselves.
Well,
that's the net price they'll still be paying.
They don't do that.
They will. They will be still paying.
Okay, could you give me an economic opinion on this? Like you said that most economists agree with you. Just could you give me like a study that demonstrate that tariffs aren't expected to cause inflation? Because I could tell you how they are, right? Because I'm actually familiar with it. I'm going to tell you exactly how tariffs cause inflation.
Let me just respond 1 point, then you could go ahead.
No, I refuse.
Joe Biden continued.
You think that shouting your point over me when I tell you no is going to somehow change my position?
Joe Biden continued the tariff.
God,
he continue them.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'll answer that question before I go into what I was saying. Because that was one of the bad decisions he made. That's like one of the only bad decisions made by the Biden-Harris administration. It was bad. Okay, but now I'm going to go on and tell you why tariffs cause inflation. So first, we need to answer the question on why are tariffs required in the first place? Why do we need to shift a reliance off of goods imported from other countries? It's because goods imported from other countries cost less than goods made in America. We have higher wages for our employees. We have stricter regulations on how we run our businesses, and we have higher taxes. What that means is that if a good is made in America, it will cost more than a good made outside of America. And that's why countries like China import so much. So what's the point of a tariff? It's to artificially bump up the price of goods made in other countries so they're comparable and competitive with goods made by US producers. Right? And it's that fact alone that incentivizes the American consumer to buy more from the US producers, to industrialize and produce more. It's very simple. So when you say that tariffs don't cause inflation, well, now you're just saying that the tariff isn't doing what it's supposed to do. Because the tariff is supposed to cause inflation. That's the tool, that's the lever, that's the mode that our government is using to create more demand for American-produced goods.
Respond now or no?
Go for it.
Okay. So your logic would be great if these tariffs did not already work. Under Donald Trump, these tariffs worked to the point where we had inflation low, we had prices low. So your logic that this would go down on the consumer wouldn't be true if we didn't already see it in this first term and the prices were already so low.
What you're saying right now is right. No,
the prices were low. Yeah, the prices were low.
What you're saying right now is right. If the tariffs worked in Trump's first term, my argument would be false. Let me ask you a question. If his tariffs didn't work in his first term, would your argument be follow me? If his tariffs didn't work in his first term, would your argument be false?
It would be more incorrect, yeah.
Chelsea, thank you for the $10 donation on PayPal. I appreciate you for the love, Chelsea. Everybody, please show some love to Chelsea down below. Okay, awesome. So in Trump's first term, his tariffs didn't work. And we know that his tariffs didn't work because he had to give money and subsidize the companies he destroyed. The Farm Bill invested close to $30 billion into American farmers that he bankrupted because when we placed the tariffs on China under Trump, they placed them back on us and they reduced our agricultural exports, which bankrupted soybean farmers that are relying on them. I hear you tapping away on that computer of yours. I want you to use all of your brain power to find me one point in American history where when we've raised tariffs on China, we didn't see our agricultural exports plummet. Because we've seen it every time.
2018 under Trump. So,
nope. That was a purpose of the Farm Bill.
So
you
on March 8th,
dumbass. You absolute nincompoop. You nincompoop. No. In 2018, when we imposed our tariffs on China, we saw a reduction in U.S. agricultural exports. It was so bad, he had to subsidize them and bail them out with a farm bill. If that didn't destroy and bankrupt those American farmers, he wouldn't have passed the farm bill. The farm bill disproves and refutes what you're saying. The farm bill bailed them out. The farm bill. It was so bad that he had to go back on his policy and subsidize and bail them out with federal government money. This is unreal. This is unreal. You're denying reality at this point. You are actually denying reality. You're sitting here and you're saying that when we increased the tariffs on China in 2018, we didn't see U.S. agricultural exports plummet. They plummeted so bad he had to pass a $30 billion piece of legislation to bail them out.
Do you think so? Yeah. So, and actually, what happened in 2018? Inflation was very low, including 2019 when he started implementing these tariffs. Right in 2019, a year after these tariffs, we saw 1.8% inflation. If these tariffs were so bad and it was so bad, then how come the inflation and the prices were so low? That's my main question.
Yeah, great question. Yeah, it's because although one thing functioning in an economy could have a can have an inflationary effect, doesn't mean that this would be resembled within the macro rate of inflation. This is such a straw man, and I'll prove this to you. I will actually prove this to you. So here's the thing: would you agree with me that tax cuts are inflationary?
Not necessarily.
Okay, well then you're not qualified to be having a conversation on economics.
So you're saying all Republican presidents cause inflation?
Yeah, everyone who's ever passed tax cuts it causes inflation, but they could be justified.
Okay, well, so Kamala Harris wanted to also do tax cuts too.
Her tax
so
cuts
that would
have
cause
been
inflation.
yes,
Okay.
but we accept that because tax cuts are an overall good, but they have an inflationary effect. And the reason that all tax cuts cause inflation is because they increase consumer spending. Consumer spending causes inflation, right? So would you agree with me that tax cuts are inflationary?
To an extent, they could be, yes.
Okay, when are they not inflationary?
Under Donald Trump's first term.
Oh, you are so silly. What causes inflation? In one sentence, what causes inflation?
It's a multitude of things. Inflation is caused by several factors.
Like what?
I told you the global market, spending. I already mentioned this in the beginning of the argument.
Global market, like spending, consumer spending and printing of money is what causes inflation.
Which Biden did a lot of, by the way.
Okay, but that's fine. We'll talk about that. But can you agree with me that consumer spending, government spending, and printing money is what drives inflation?
It is one of the causes of inflation.
What are the other fucking causes? You understand that supply chain issues during COVID only caused inflation because it became more expensive to ship shit to America and around the world? Our ports were so backed up, so many companies needed to ship their goods around the world that they had to raise the price and people spent more.
Mm-hmm.
Consumer spending, government spending, and printing of money is what causes inflation.
I agree with that.
All tax cuts are inflationary because what do tax cuts do? They increase consumer spending. Will tax cuts ever decrease consumer spending?
Not necessarily, no.
It's not even a not necessarily. It's just no. They will never decrease consumers. Will tax cuts always increase consumer spending?
Usually, yes.
Wait, when the fuck don't they? That is the purpose of a tax cut, is to increase
During
consumer spending. No, you stop. The purpose of a tax cut is to increase consumer spending so we could grow our GDP. That is how the government is supposed, in theory, to profit off of tax cuts. Do you think that the government gives a shit about how much in taxes you pay? Fuck no, they don't. They don't care. No, they just want to make sure that they're being efficient and optimal as possible insofar as the measure of the amount of taxes that you're paying, right? And to see if that's creating any inefficiencies within how much the consumer is spending. Okay, I forget the name of it. If there's any economist majors in the chat, what's the name of the curve? It's where you measure how much you're paying in taxes to how much consumers are spending, aka the GDP. There's a name of a curve. It starts with an L. What is it called? The Laffer curve. That's what it is called. It's called the Laffer curve. Okay, there becomes a point, right? The more you tax people, the more government revenue you generate, but then there becomes a point where you start taxing them too much and the government revenue starts to decrease. Okay? Now the same thing applies to how much you're taxing people and how much people are spending. Okay? The same thing applies there. Mm-hmm. So when a government decreases your taxes, it's because they want you to spend more. So in other words, tax cuts always lead to increases in consumer spending.
Yep.
So tax cuts are always inflationary, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so back to my main point that it took me 10 minutes to fucking prove because you're a dense asshole, if I'm being honest, right? It's that the macro rate of inflation doesn't mean that there isn't inflationary pressures in the economy, even if it's going down on the macro level. Like, for instance, you are trying to dispute my claim that Trump's isolated tariffs on some products from China didn't cause inflation by saying the macro rate of inflation went down. That's like saying that Trump's tax cuts in 2017 didn't cause inflation because the macro rate of inflation went down. But we know that the tax cuts still did, showing that argument to be a logical fallacy.
Okay, so
Rebecca, thank you so much for the $20 on PayPal. I appreciate you for the love, Rebecca. Everybody, please show some love to Rebecca down below in that comment section. Let's get some W Rebeccas down below. That is so incredibly kind of you. Overwhelmingly, the reason why his tariffs were bad, it wasn't even because of the inflation that they caused. They were isolated on products like washing machines and solar panels. Sure, did washing machines and solar panels, the isolated products that the tariffs were placed on, go up in price? Yeah, absorbently so. I think that solar panels increased in price by 129 or 131%. But the main reason that his tariffs were bad is because they plummeted U.S. agricultural exports.
Okay, so still saying all of that, the American people trust Donald Trump on an economy. They don't trust Kamala Harris on the economy. I think I'm going to end it here.
Oh, yeah. So basically, you are bowing the knee. You are conceding the debate because you know that you've lost. So you're just going to result back to populist opinion to see if that dictates what's true. You understand that the reason I run these lives is because that's what the American people think and that the American people are wrong?
So you're going to blame the voters. That's what got you here in the first place. You're blaming half of America. Just say it outright. Say,
yes.
I blame all. So you're blaming
half
America.
Of America was wrong. Absolutely. The same way you think more than half of America was wrong in 2020. We had this conversation like 30 minutes ago. I asked you who was better for the economy in the 2020 election. You said Donald Trump. You understand that I could just run this rhetoric right back on you? So you blamed more than half of America in 2020? You're saying that half of America was wrong in 2020? Insufferable.
So, do you think that blaming the voters is one of the things that got you here in the first place? That got the Democrats? You had more independents, registered independents than Democrats, because people on the left, they don't trust this type of rhetoric anymore. They don't trust blaming
People,
half of America. They don't
what the
trust.
fuck?
They don't
I'm
trust
not
blaming
blaming.
America. What's wrong with
I
America?
don't,
This
I
whole
don't think that
attitude.
you
What's wrong
understand
with
what I'm saying.
America?
I'm not saying that the American people are to blame, right? I think that they partially are for not doing their due diligence. I predominantly think that it's the Republican Party with their propagandistic messaging that's to blame. Okay? And the reason that I'm hosting these live is to inform America. See, you don't even have an argument here. You're like, oh, Dean is sitting here sharing reason, intellect,
I'd
and
love to respond.
rationale. You're saying that Dean is sitting here sharing reason, intellect, and rationale with anybody who wants to come up and talk to him that disagrees. In fact, Dean is so good at sharing reason, intellect, and rationale that me and my chat GPT couldn't contest him for 45 minutes that I ultimately had to bow the knee. It's like, but Dean is really doing something wrong here by saying that Trump's economic policy is bad because half of America thinks it's not bad. No, that's when this is required the most. Half of America was wrong, man. You got to come to grip with that. That is true. Yep. Yep. You know, more than half of America was wrong in the Confederacy. Remember when they like wanted the ability to own people's property? Would you be running the same rhetoric then? Half of America doesn't think that's wrong. Or what about when they were like pro like child marriage? Or what about when not just half of America, but 90% of the globe thought that the earth was flat? Just because a lot of people agree on a consensus doesn't mean that it's
Are you comparing
correct.
Trump voters to the Confederates?
God, no, I'm testing your logic, you nimwit. You're saying because there's an insurmountable amount of Trump voters, that means that what they say is absolutely true. It's a logical comparison between your
I'm saying they should be
principles.
listened to and not shut down. That's what I'm saying. And people like you keep shutting them down.
Have I given you a fair and ample opportunity to prove me wrong?
You keep muting me every 5 seconds. You keep looking at 5 minutes. I've had probably 1/10 of the speaking time that
I
you
got
have.
it. I get it. It's no longer about the debate. It's no longer about the substance. It's no longer about the policy. It's about Rajiv and his feelings because they were hurt because Dean muted him. I'm not a therapist. I'm a
No,
debater.
I'm not. By the way, how you've been doing lives for months now, right? Like 9 months. How'd that go for you in this election? Do people listen to you a lot, right? So much so that Donald Trump won the popular vote by about 1-2%. They listen to
Oh,
you a lot. These
watch
TikTokers, they
this.
listen to you, right?
Wait, so what's the difference between your hypothesis, right? That my live streams that I've been hosting ultimately led to more people voting for Trump because Trump won, and my hypothesis that all things considered, Trump got more of the vote, but my live streams led towards a net positive, right? What if I were to say that if I didn't do my live streams, more people would have voted for Trump and less people would have voted for Kamala Harris? You don't actually have any empirics to
We
justify
will never
that
know
my
that.
live streams ultimately led people into the direction of the right, right? That's just more speculation and pure emotional rambling from an incoherent man.
That's not what I'm saying. You took my words. I didn't say those words at all. You could say that, but you have to do that for the next 4 years when Trump's president. Exactly. People like you will keep doing this dance for the next 4 years. So I believe that there's people like you on the left who keep shutting people down, which is one of the reasons why people are so sick and tired of the Democratic
One
Party.
second. Christopher, thank you for the $10 on Venmo for hurting Rajiv's feelings. Yo, let's go. We're getting paid today, baby. I appreciate you for the love, Christopher. Everybody, please show Christopher some love down below in the chat for the $10. That is so incredibly kind of you. Thank you. Go ahead and continue.
I'm going to be honest. I was a Democrat growing up. My parents were Democrats. I was the only one who voted for Trump in my family that I know of. So there's people like on the Democratic Party who shut
People
people
like
down,
you.
who shut people down and don't even get people a chance to speak, right? And so this is proven in the electorate where we had more independents. You could laugh, but there was more independents than Democrats even voting in this election.
As
People do
Rajiv
not like the
says, was his
Democratic.
chance to speak.
People
I'm
do
sorry.
not
I'm
like.
so sorry. That's so ironic to me. It's like you're sitting up here and you're saying that people have shut me down. You've shut me down. You haven't given me a chance to speak. As you're using your chance to speak to say that. Also, like this is completely different. This is completely indifferent. This is completely separate. This is complete red herring fallacy. This is completely separate and different from our debate. You lost the debate. You got emotional. Get over it.
I gotta leave soon now in a couple
Alexis,
minutes.
thank you for the $10 donation on PayPal saying kick this guy's an idiot. I agree with you, Alexis. I appreciate you for the $10 donation. Everybody, please show some love to Alexis down below in the chat.
So I'll end on this. First of
Connor,
all,
thank you so much for the $10 on Venmo. I appreciate you for the love, Connor. Everybody, please show some love to Alexis and Connor down below in that comment section. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. He said that he wanted to end on something. He ain't Batman. He doesn't get his last. He doesn't get his last statement. What's up? Did you vote for Trump?
Hello. Yes, I did.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm 18.
Okay, let me ask you a clarifying question.
Okay.
Are all rapists abysmally evil people?
Yes, I agree with that.
Okay, so Donald Trump was adjudicated by a court of law to have raped a woman. Does that mean that he's an abysmally evil person?
No,
Okay, well now we seem to be at
He
a
is-
logical impasse.
it doesn't.
God, I should have read it. I should have read it. Off the bat, should have been clear, should have been abundantly clear. Hey, for the 7.5 thousand people hanging out with us in the stream here today, make sure that you're double tapping away on that phone screen. We could be up to 1 million likes in literally 3 nanoseconds if you were to start double tapping. Angel, thank you for the $5 on Venmo, saying for Rajiv keyboard fun after slamming it like that. Yeah, he put that keyboard through some shit, bro. What's up, A? Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
You did, and why is that?
Well, I got a question for you first.
Ask away, my man.
Why? So, what do you think about Biden pardoning, a man, with ties to the Chinese Communist Party with like thousands of files of CP? Did you see that? What's your thoughts on that?
Wait, can you give me like a reputable and credible source that Hunter Biden had CP?
I said no. I did not. I did not say that. I said Joe Biden just pardoned. He pardoned a bunch of people today, including like just some like what he likes to call nonviolent criminals. And one of the guys he pardoned was someone with ties to the Chinese Communist Party who also he was like charged with like having CP.
Who?
I'm not sure the exact name, but you can literally it's I don't know, like Joe Biden pardons man with CP. I don't know.
I got an idea.
You didn't hear that yet?
No, I didn't. You wanna go like do the research for me? Go find his name. Go find the evidence and come back.
I can do that. Yeah.
Fair. All right. Well, I wonder there. Fair guy. You know what? You know what? I could have some respect for that. I'm not even mad. You know what? I could have some respect for that. He's like, hey Dean, what is your opinion on this thing? I was like, well, I don't know anything about it. Who is this guy? What did he do? And he's like, well, I don't know. You could look it up. I was like, well, how about you come back once you could do a little bit of research and get your evidence. He was like, okay, fair. Nah, you know what? Based. That's how it's supposed to go. What is going on? Emma, did you vote for Trump?
Oh my gosh, I didn't think I'd get picked. No, I didn't. Does that kick?
All right, I do appreciate you for coming up, Emma. You did get picked, but I got to move on. We're only looking to talk to people that did vote for Trump. If you're in the queue, make sure that you voted for Trump, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty, ready. Let's go and see what our next guest has to say. Sad day for Emma. Sad days for Emma. All right, let's see what we got. Invitation sent. Let's see. We got Liberty loading up into the queue. We need our next guest up in here right now. We're loading them in. Loading them in, quite frankly. Hey, what's up, Zach Wright? Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
Okay, is it possible that you could disconnect from Bluetooth just so I could hear you out of your phone's mic? You'd be a bit clearer. No! He left. Okay, guys, spam MAGA in the chat if you want to come up and debate. We're going to start pulling from the chat. Based. All right, yeah, let's just do it. Let's just pull from the chat instead of the queue. We're going to do it. We're going to get it done, quite frankly. Hey, Travis, did you vote for Trump? Travi?
No, I didn't.
Based. Hello. Let's go. Dude. Hell yeah. Let's go. That is your base. That is awesome. You are phenomenal. Let's go. Super based. What's
Oh
up?
my god, Dean! Hi! Oh my god! I think he's probably gonna get picked. Hell yeah!
Okay. Hi, Thomas. Did you vote for Trump?
No, I'm Welsh, but
Okay. All right, you guys. Do we need to describe the ground rules for spamming MAGA in the chat? I'm like, oh, rough, guys. This is a bad one. I won't lie. This is a bad one. Please, if you're spamming MAGA, make sure you voted for Trump. Hi, Samantha.
Dean! Hot!
How old are you?
21.
Did you vote for Trump?
No, I just want to say hi.
Okay. All right. Well, I do appreciate you, but we have to socially scrutinize you for lying and spamming MAGA in the chat. We have to socially scrutinize you. Everyone, talk shit. Make her feel bad. Stigmatize her. While we move on to our next guest. Here we go. All right. Hey, what's up, Nat? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
How old are you?
18.
Okay, your mic sounds abysmally bad. I'm so sorry for doing this to you. Maria, what's up? Did you vote for Trump? Maria! No, bro, dude. Okay. Dude, please. If you're going to spam MAGA, bro, please, only do it if you're an actual Trump supporter. Please, you guys, please. Man. All right, we're gonna go to get our next guest up in here. It's rough, y'all. It's rough. Leroy Jenkins. Let's see here. We're gonna try to get our next guest up in the box. All right, Fernie, I sent an invitation to you. It's really astounding. Just like the amount of people that we could have come up here, that didn't vote for Trump and completely just disregard my rules. What's up, man? Okay, I'm challenging you. So you came up here to play a song. I have something else in mind. Stop playing the song and talk to me. I'll give you a fair and ample opportunity to suggest that what you believe in is true. And I will give you the mic first, so you could dictate the conversation. I do want to make it known that you are repping your champion like a G. He's not only your profile picture, he's also your name as well as your username. You don't want to look like a scrawny, whiny soy boy running away with your tail in between your legs. So it's either you talk to me and you prove your manliness, or you run away like a soy boy liberal. Which one will it be? Hit me up. Okay, you're going to have one more opportunity. One more opportunity. One more opportunity. One more opportunity. I was expecting my supporters to LARP and troll, but I actually saw some known Trump. Okay, all right, Anthemocracy. You have all of these Republicans down below in the chat saying they're going to laugh at you if you don't debate me. Okay, are you ready to be laughed at? All right, click on your profile picture and click the icon in the mic. All of these Trump supporters are going to laugh at you if you don't debate me, man. They're going to laugh at you. You're going to be outcast. Daddy Trump isn't going to love you anymore. Laugh at his ass. Laugh at his ass, chat. Laugh at his ass. Laugh at his ass, chat. What's up, Michael? Did you vote for Trump?
Nigger.
Adecoin, I appreciate you for the star. Let's see if you have anything on your account. No, it's brand new. All right, moving on. Let's see here. We got our next guest loading up into the queue. Everyone, just give us a minute for the 6.8 thousand people hanging out with us in the stream here today. Make sure that we're double tapping away on that phone screen. Hey, did you vote for Trump? Y'all are kind of being fucking insufferable. I'm not gonna lie. People in the queue, you're being insufferable. I'm just gonna shoot it straight with y'all. All right, see you later. Moving on. See you later. You guys are being insufferable. I mean, I'm just gonna shoot it to y'all straight. All right. Damn, man, look at that. 7 people from the queue. No one's here. Okay, 1 person loaded in out of 7. What's up? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
How old are you?
18 years old. I'm from Italy. I was just born in the USA, but I've lived all my life in Italy. I turned 18 this year, 2nd of November, and I voted for Trump.
From Italy?
Yes, I am a US citizen. My parents are only Italians. I'm a US citizen because I was born in New York.
Okay, you were born in New York. Got it.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Let's see here. What is the capital of America?
Washington, D.C. If you're going to test me...
What is election day in America?
November 5th. But the president is elected in January.
Wait, how did you register to vote?
I don't know. My parents did that. I don't really know.
Yeah. You almost convinced me to lie. So your parents can't register you to vote. You got to register yourself. Hey, what's up? Did you vote for Trump?
No, I didn't mean to. Sorry.
You're good, bro. You're good. Moving on. All right, we got our next guest loading up in. Boy, oh boy. All right. This person said Trump 2025 in the comment section. Let's get him up here. Hey, what's up? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay. How old are you?
18.
So why did you vote for Trump?
Because he's a better president.
Okay.
Very
yeah,
simple. Now, you want to explain why you voted for Harris?
No, I want you to explain to me why you voted for Trump. And then I can explain to you why I voted for Harris.
Well, because of his first term. If you just look at the past, what happened?
Policy passed during his first term?
What policy that passed?
Yeah, what's one policy Trump passed during his
Well,
first
the way he managed the spending of the government
term? No, that's not
and
a
the
policy.
taxes.
I said name a policy.
Well, I'm not talking about policies right now.
Okay, so you don't know any policies?
No, I'm talking about something else.
What time is it?
Well, governmental spending.
What time is it?
What time is it? 1 o'clock.
What state are you in?
Arizona.
Cass,
West
thank you for the
Coast.
$1 PayPal.
The West Coast, man. What are you talking about?
Okay, so government spending.
So listen. I'm an immigrant, and
Nope,
Trump is
wrong.
not good for me, right?
Okay, wrong. It's 2. Yeah, Arizona is in the same time zone as me right now. All right, yo, Wild, go in and unmute that mic. Is Arizona like split in half though? I don't know. Hey, Wildflower, unmute that mic. Fuck, bro. Let's see who's next up. By the way, if you want to support me, my Venmo as well as my PayPal are in my bio. I'm really annoyed. It's like can't find anyone to debate. Hey, Dylan, did you vote for Trump? Bro. Dude. Guys, it's like this is like just really annoying to me. Please, if you're in the queue, make sure you voted for Trump. What's up? Did you vote
Hello.
for Trump?
I did not, but I would have voted for.
Bro, stop. What's up? Did you vote for Trump?
I voted for Hitler. White power, fuck niggers.
Okay, let's see if there's any identifying information on your account. Nope, there isn't. All right, moving on. We got Adam loading up in. Don't even give her a reaction, chat. That's what he wants. What's up, Adam? Did you vote for Trump? All right.
Wait, what the fuck?
Did he
How
vote
the
for
fuck
Trump?
did that even happen?
Okay, he doesn't even know how he got up here. Moving on. Dude, Jesus Christ. What a rough day. All right, we got our next guest loading up in. All right, what's up, Alec? Did you vote for Trump? Alec? Okay, Alec's gone. AJ, did you vote for Trump? AJ's gone. Okay, do I need to like clear out the queue? Because this is like just insanity. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Okay, Gift. Hi, did you vote for Trump? Bro, like, this is like, dude, this is like, man. All right, yeah, we're gonna start trying to clear the queue here. Steven, thank you for the $10 on Venmo, saying please do a slurs-based topic on the live. Yeah, we used to do those time to time. I think that it might be a good time to bring them back. I agree with that. I appreciate you for the $10 donation. Hey, what's up, Chloe? Did you vote for Trump? Ah, fuck, bro. Unreal. Everyone just give us a minute, you guys. Just give us a minute. Okay, everyone's leaving. It's like people are joining the queue just to leave. Hey, what's up? Did you vote for Trump? Hey, did you vote for Trump? Like, what the, like, I'm gonna block you. Block, confirm. Sapphire, thank you so much for the $10 on PayPal. Leah, did you vote for Trump?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you?
20.
Okay, you're a troll. Block, confirm, kick. Easy. Moving on to our next guest here. Hey, did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
Justin, thank you for the $2 and the 22 cents on Venmo. How old are you?
24.
24. And why did you vote for Trump?
Because of his tax policies.
You voted for him because of his tax policies. How much do you make per year? Okay, he left too. At least we got like a couple more words in. Did you vote for Trump? Did you vote for Trump?
I did, but I'll just get it right out so you understand.
So why did you vote for Trump?
Another named Dean kind of converted me last night, so I no longer kind of support Trump. I actually kind of withdraw my support of that.
Oh, you were the guy on Dirty Dan's live, right?
Oh, it's Dan, not Dean. Yeah. Sorry, I confused the two of you. But yeah.
I watched that.
Really?
Yeah, I did. It was a good
Oh
shit.
man, I hope you didn't catch the part where I was
Yeah, good for you,
kind of
man.
burning you. I was like, I'd come into your live one time a long time ago, and you were fired up. You were dealing with a lot of really combative people, but you were super disrespectful to me. But I have seen you do work on people and put people in their place and spit straight facts before, especially that YouTube video that went really viral. I don't know.
Hey man, good on you for making the switch last night. That is awesome of you. I am just looking for debates, and I apologize for kicking you out super quick there. But I mean, hopefully you'll be able to understand because of what we've been going through. You are very nice, but we are just looking for debates. I would have probably let you hang out for a little bit longer if we hadn't gone on like a dry spell for like the last 30 minutes. But good on you for being open and honest with Dan last night. That was cool to see, man. Cool to see. With Dan last night. That was cool to see, man. Cool to see. With Dan last night. That was cool to see, man. Cool to see. With Dan last night. That was cool to see, man. Cool to see. That impacted you negatively.
The border control.
So they what?
Not passed, but like border.
What policy or executive order?
Not policy, but the border control has been out of hand for a while.
What do you mean by that?
So where I'm from, our town has been like drained of money.
Adam, thank you so much for the $15 on Venmo. This is my apology fund. He left. Adam, I appreciate you for the $15 donation. It means the world to me, Adam. I really do appreciate that so much. Everybody, please do show some love to Adam down below in the comment section. And Carly, thank you for the $5 on Venmo as well, saying that me and my friend Gabby are big fans. I appreciate you for the love, Carly. What's up, Tommy? Did you vote for Trump? Anna, thank you for the $10 donation. Dude, I'm fucking done. Like, I'm about to end. I'm not even gonna lie. Anna, thank you for the $10 on PayPal. I do appreciate you for the love, Anna. Like, this is fucking crazy. Like, this is such an annoyance. Like, I might just end and like come back on in a little bit. I might even just try like a restart. But like, this is fucking crazy. Like, it's literally been 25 minutes straight of this bullshit. Hey Jeff, did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Okay, how do you?
20.
20. Your mic sucks. Why did you vote for Trump?
Sorry, I'm on headphones. I can probably remove them.
Yeah, man, do that. There you go. So why did you vote for Trump, Jeff?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I just thought he was, I don't know. I feel like he was just the lesser of the two evils.
I know. Why do you think that? That's what I'm asking you.
Just because I feel like the conservative side of politics is just a little bit different than the liberal side. Like the liberal side will try to hide their evil from you.
So Donald Trump is better than Kamala Harris because Kamala Harris was hiding evil things from the American people. So what evil things was Kamala Harris hiding from the American people that made her the worst?
She lied about like not having any American military in foreign places.
No, she didn't, right? The claim was that there's no active military members boots on the ground fighting in wars, which was true.
What do you mean by active?
There's no U.S. troops fighting wars.
That's what she said.
And that's true. There is no U.S. troops fighting wars.
But they are in active military zones.
Where do we have U.S. troops fighting wars? What war? What war is the U.S. involved in?
We're involved in a lot of wars, like Ukraine, the Russia-Ukrainian war.
So that's misinformation. We don't have U.S. troops fighting on Ukraine.
I never said we were fighting. I was just saying that we're involved.
Okay, so that's the claim that she made. So she was right. Right? If you care about lies, why don't you care about the 30,000 confirmed lies that Trump told during his presidency, including the biggest lie ever told by a sitting U.S. president with his denial of the outcome of the 2020 election?
Yeah, I never said that was a good thing.
Right, but it's like significantly and proportionately worse than this one thing that Kamala Harris said, which happened to be true, but even if it was a lie, it'd still be worse considering what Donald Trump did. So I don't understand how this would lead you to the conclusion that she's the worst of two evils. Like just to reiterate, what she said was true, but if it was false, she would still be better.
That's just not a worthy comparison in this argument, because I feel like
we're comparing a lie to a lie, apparently.
What?
I asked you what makes Kamala Harris the worst of two evils, and you said because she lied about not having U.S. troops deployed in active military, like in war. Okay, right? And first of all, that's not a lie; it's true. But if we are to determine who's the worst of two evils based upon their lies, Donald Trump has not only lied more, but told worse lies.
Yeah, but I feel like there's video proof of people being in foreign countries.
Oh, yeah, because we have bases in allied NATO countries around the world with troops there all the time. Okay? Does that mean that they're fighting in a war? No. And does that mean even if this was a lie, it'd be worse than what Trump said? No.
Name one policy that Kamala passed that you support.
Okay, how about we go ban for ban? I name one that they passed that I like, then you name one that Trump passed during his first term that you like. You want to do that?
Yeah. What do you think about the Inflation Reduction Act?
We'll start with that. We'll start with that. So, okay, my turn. Name one policy that they influenced to get passed that I like. The Inflation Reduction Act. Now it's your turn.
You liked it?
Yeah, and how about we also add on and explain the policy? So I'll go first. The Inflation Reduction Act, and I like the Inflation Reduction Act because it was the biggest multi-million-dollar investment into renewable energy resources ever, while also being deficit reducing over the 10-year lifespan of the bill. So there's my Kamala Harris and Joe Biden policy that I liked, and there's an explanation of it. Now, name your Trump policy from his first term that you liked and give an explanation of it.
I liked his tax cuts because they helped support businesses, small businesses, especially after the pandemic and things like that.
Okay, so do you know what the name of his tax cuts were?
I do know that Kamala continued to use the tax cuts, and she would, if she was elected, she would also continue the tax cuts.
Okay, no, not true. She would have replaced it with her plan. Well, which was significantly better for members of the low and middle class. And I mean, so first of all, if you enjoy cutting taxes for members of the low and the middle class, you should have voted for Harris. I mean, her tax policy was built for members of the low and the middle class. It only benefited them. Meanwhile, Donald Trump's plan disproportionately benefited the ultra wealthy and actually hurt people in the low and the middle class with his tariffs.
Yeah, but the businesses that it supports would employ the lower and middle class. Because when you talk about the upper class only benefits, I feel like the upper class is going to avoid taxes regardless, no matter who's in power. And I feel like it disproportionately affects the middle class when you increase taxes.
What's gonna benefit members of the middle class the most? Giving tax cuts directly to them, or trickle down economics?
Well, I mean, if you want to go
done trickle
Like
down.
I don't even need to explain to you why trickle down economics are bad for this. I'm just like, what's better? Cutting their taxes directly or cutting their taxes indirectly? Even if like trickle down economics was successful and cutting taxes for rich people benefited the average American at the end of the day, well, I'd still say that a direct tax cut is better than an indirect tax cut.
Yeah, but I feel like both would be better.
Jeff, what?
Both would be.
I feel my IQ lowering because of this conversation, Jeff.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to add on here before I go on?
You say that Trump will be terrible for America. I feel like he'll normalize America.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna be terrible for it. Catherine, thank you for the $6 on PayPal. So here's one reason he's going to be terrible for America. He's isolating us from diplomatic allies like Canada, Mexico, and other leaders in the EU, in the UN. I mean, that's pretty bad, right? He's like threatened tariffs on them all and lied about a conversation with the president of Mexico. Now the UN is strategizing for how they're going to combat our tariffs by hurting us, and Canada is threatening to stop all gas and oil exports to our country from them. Like that is actually a very clear example on how Trump is going to be really bad for our country. Would you disagree?
We can talk about tariffs. So yes, I do agree that tariffs do cause consumer prices to go up, and it can cause trade wars. Sanctions would be worse than the tariffs, in my opinion, just because that can lead to more trade wars and things like that. I just feel like. Sorry, I do realize that I'm saying I feel like a lot, but I'll try not to say that more. But yeah, I think tariffs definitely do cause.
His internet disconnected. Don't know how that happened. Hello, Officer Doofy. Hello. Did you vote for Trump?
You know what? I'm wasting your time by being up here. I would never vote for him, but I did have one question if you have time.
I don't, but I do appreciate you for coming up, Officer Doofy. I do gotta say, let's see here. What do we like to call it? The troll has been phenomenal. You've been in my comment section, putting that pro-Trump shit down there for a very long time, and I thought I would commend you for it. Quite frankly, good job. Great troll. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I'm a little bit running low on energy. I have an idea. So in my hand sits a shot of espresso mixed with some cold water to make an iced Americano. Hi, one moment, please. I think I will drink this all, and I might even go for a second shot of espresso, and then I'll ultimately restart the stream and then come at it with more energy than ever. But Mr. Sky Elite, hello, did you vote for Trump? And I'm actually going to play a game. Every single stupid thing that the guests say moving forward will call for a drink of my espresso. Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I vote.
You did vote for Trump. And why did you do that?
The first reason is for the TikTok, because he said he wants to save the TikTok platform in the US.
And then he went back on it in an interview he did like 2 days ago. He was like, I don't know if I could save TikTok. like the interviewer asked him like very like specifically.
Yeah, I know he didn't say the strange answer if yes or no, but he has promised us that he will save TikTok.
He also promised that, dude, you're going to give me a drink, all this. He also promised like an infrastructure bill. He promised a wall. He promises a lot of things and he never pulls through. I mean, shit, this man told over 30,000 confirmed lies during his first presidency. He promised us he didn't grape E. Jean Carroll. He promised us that Biden was manipulating and controlling the DOJ for lawfare. No, Donald Trump just saying he's going to save TikTok and then like literally backwalking on that. Like in an interview that he did 2 days ago. And
but you think like he
TikTok?
Can't? But you think he can't like save the TikTok? You think he can't save the TikTok?
Correct. I don't think he can. And this is coming from someone that makes their livelihood off of TikTok. I just want to put that out there. I love this app. It's
anyway,
so
like
much opportunity.
But anyway, like, did you like
did you like approve that TikTok will be banned in US? You think like because it was by Biden?
Trump's not going to save TikTok. I'm sorry, man.
Man, what is up?
What's up? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
Morgan, thank you for the $10 on Venmo for a group of people who said, fuck your failings. Well, I appreciate you so much for the $10, Morgan. Everybody, please show some love to Morgan down below in the chat. Brady. Mr. Brady, why did you vote for Trump?
Okay, so I was on here like a week ago, and we debated for a little bit. But what's it called?
Okay, well, I only talked to people once, but I do appreciate you for coming up. Nothing wrong that you did. You didn't know the rules. Moving on, quite frankly, moving on to our next guest. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody, double tap on that phone screen. Miss George, hi, did you vote for Trump? Well, that wasn't much of a response. No, she left. No, 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 no. I'm Mary. Did you vote for Trump?
Oh, hell no.
Based?
No, I mean.
Based? Okay, all right, listen, we need to go over the ground rules of the live. So here's the ground rules. If you voted for Trump, if you're at least 18 and you're not driving and you're ready and willing to come up here to have a debate, do hop in the guest request. But if that ain't you, if you didn't vote for Trump, hang out in the comment section, hang out in the Discord, but please, dear Lord, don't hang out in the queue. I could deal with it every once in a while, a couple in a row. I could deal with it. Okay, I can. I truly can. But when it's like every guest, I cannot deal with it. So please do respect the ground rules. However, I do love you guys. Quite frankly, I do. We got our next guest loading up in. We got Cadence loaded in. Hopefully, Cadence will ultimately join us and have a discussion. We'll also invite Koj from the comment section there. We're just trying to get all the MAGA supporters up in the box. You know what? We are really having to do some outreach today to find all the Trump supporters. Now, this guy's name is Colton the Savage. I think that I really want Colton the Savage to connect. Hello, Colton the Savage. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
And why the hell did you decide to vote for the worst presidential candidate in modern American history?
On the principle that the Democrats would change their policy.
Change their policy to what?
Further, like I believe their policy and what Kamala was running on isn't really what I agree with.
Oh no, there's lag. Okay, so you sit tight and quiet right there while I restart the app to get rid of the lag. That Colton. So Colton, go ahead and continue telling us why you voted for Trump. So you said it was policy you liked. So did you like Trump's policy more than Kamala Harris's?
Not necessarily, no.
So then why the fuck did you vote for him?
I thought that if Kamala were to lose the presidency, then the Democrats would sorry.
So what specifically did you not like about her policy?
I don't think they were adamant enough about a ceasefire in Gaza.
Oh my God, you're worse than the Zionists. You are seriously worse because the Zionists do what they do and they just don't think that it causes harm. But then you're like, oh, W Zionism, let's vote for the bro that is gonna destroy Palestine. But then you're like, oh yeah, but it definitely causes harm. It's like, you're so bad, bro. Dude, I'm gonna drink the rest of this shit. I didn't know that this would be the next guest. So bad, so bad. It's like, you want to virtue signal so hard, even if it means innocent Palestinians will die.
I disagree. I actually think that Kamala also would have led to a very similar outcome.
Oh, definitely not. We do know that she's pro-Israel. We could both agree that that was bad. But Trump was like more pro-Israel. This is like saying we have two people that are murderers and we need to vote one of them into office. The first murderer has killed one person. The second murderer has killed 25. And we're going to vote for the person that killed 25 people because we want to make sure that that one murderer that killed one knows that they did a really bad thing. Like, it's so, like, regressive and, like, astoundingly harmful. It's like, I just can't even, like, believe this thought process exists. It's like Trump is going to lead to the deaths of more innocent Palestinians. Did you know that?
I don't believe so.
You're dumb. And the reason I say that is because at a rally in New Brunswick, New Jersey, he straight up said that he doesn't want a ceasefire. He straight up says that he doesn't want peaceful cooperation. He straight up says that he wants to continue to give Israel more money and more weapons, specifically to win the war, to finish what they started and to destroy Palestine. Like, Kamala Harris this whole time has sure had some wishy-washy policy positions, but she did advocate for a ceasefire. Okay, Kamala Harris may not have acted until it was too late, but she did opt for a arms embargo. Kamala Harris and the rest of the Democrat Party sure did say that Israel had a right to defend itself, and it sounded like that rhetoric was incredibly pro-Israel, but she did try to pressure Benjamin Netanyahu, Mr. Ben, into accepting a ceasefire agreement from Hamas, and then Donald Trump told him not to. So it's like, ultimately speaking, you voted for the devil because of Kamala Harris's bad policy, even though his was worse. I can't even believe it.
I would say that, like, even though Kamala did, I believe it was in a press conference call for ceasefire in Israel.
Lily, thank you so much for the $200 donation on Venmo. Holy shit, Lily. I really appreciate you for the love. That is actually absurd. Also, Tristan, get your booty up here. Let's have a conversation. But yo, Lily says, just got out of rehab. I missed you. Yo, Lily, I remember you. You were so, dude. Oh my God, Lily. Well, hey, I hope that, for whatever reason you were in rehab, that it ended up being beneficial and that it ended up, being worth the time, worth the mental stress, worth the load, maybe even worth the cost. We all hope that you're doing well. We're all here to support you. And thank you so much for the $200 donation. I can't even begin to explain how crazy thoughtful that is. I remember you. You had come in here in late October. It was like right around Halloween. It's like October 30th or so. And you'd shown me so much love. I remember you donating $500. I was like, God, we love you. We know you. I remember you. Thank you so much. W. Lily's in the chat for at least the next 10 minutes. And I mean that seriously. Yeah, Cole, and I do apologize for kicking you. I do recognize that you did come up here for a discussion, but I'm not quite sure that I'll be able to have a productive one with you when, like, reality is so obvious in that circumstance. But yeah, we're gonna get our next guest up in here. You guys do remember, if you are in the queue, make sure that you voted for Trump as always, and let's get our next guest up in here right now.
Dab told me you have a micro penis.
God told you that I have a micro penis? Okay, I think someone needs to. I think that someone. God. Damn, bro. She's talking to God. Fuck, man. God, why are you feeling me? Why are you selling me out like that, God? Come on, man. You were supposed to keep that between you and me, God. You slimy motherfucker. Is this because I told that one guy? Is this because I told that one guy that Christianity was false? Is this God smiting me down? God is coming in here and telling people about the size of oh no, God, why God, why? All right, chat, we need to start reading the gospel. I think that we need to end this this blasphemy right now and go back to reading the gospel. What's up, Justice? Did you vote for Trump? And Justice isn't even here. No! Moving on to our next guest. Everybody just do give us a moment. We got our next guest, Scott, loading up into the queue. So y'all do be patient while we do get our next guest loading up in here. Everybody just do be patient. All right. We got our next guest loading up in here. Colin is loading up in. Hey, what's up? Did you vote for Trump?
I voted for Trump, and quite frankly, I have to say that you don't know what you're talking about.
And good impersonation, man. Aquila, thank you so much for the $15 on PayPal. I really appreciate you for the love, Aquila. Everybody, please show some love to Aquila down below in the comment section. That is so incredibly kind of you. W's for Aquila down below. That is so incredibly kind of you. And great impersonation, man. We are just looking for debates today. I know I'm a little bit, hard on it. I usually don't usually kick that quick, but today I got to do what I got to do. Bob, what is going on? What is going on, Bob?
I love Trump.
Oh, Bob, god damn it. Wait, shit, maybe he's going to tell more people about my micro pee-pee if I take his name in vain. I can't do that. Gosh damn it. There we go. Let's have a conversation, Bob. Now, why did you vote for Trump?
Trump will save America.
Bob, I regret to inform you that he won't, sir. Do you think that...
What will the Democrats do?
The Democrats would have passed policy that would have probably benefited...
What policy would Democrats pass?
You know what, Bob? I kind of like your voice here. I do. I won't lie.
I love you, man. I love you.
Okay, well, first of all, let's talk about Kamala Harris's proposed tax cuts. So she wanted
Harris got fired by America.
Well, yeah, she did, Bob. But before she got fired by America, she was running for that management role, and she ran on some.
She lost.
Bob, I know she lost, but she should have won.
No, she shouldn't.
Why not? Why don't you like Kamala Harris?
Kamala Harris ran on the same policies of Biden.
Kamala. Her name is pronounced Kamala.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, Bob, dude, you're good. Don't even worry about it. Bob.
Okay.
You know what? That's the way it's supposed to be addressed. You apologize.
Okay.
Okay. You know what? Good for you, Bob. You're good. Okay. All right. Here we go. So Kamala Harris shared some policy with Biden, and it was good. Like for instance, she wanted to make it so the amount that any American could ever pay out of pocket for pharmaceuticals to $2,000 a year. That's pretty good, right, Bob?
Why did she lose?
Because the Republicans invested like $1 million into pushing messaging that Biden and Harris caused the inflation in the last 4 years when they didn't.
Why did Kamala Harris had $2.5 billion?
No.
1.5 billion, I'm sorry.
Something closer to that, but yeah, they didn't counter the messaging the best they could have. But that doesn't mean that her policy was any worse. They just didn't run that good of a campaign.
I'm sorry, she lost.
Well, Bob, we know that she lost, but what I'm here to debate with is that Trump is a bad guy. That shouldn't be president.
Prove me that he's wrong.
Okay, Bob. So Trump's a rapist.
Has he been convicted of that?
He has been adjudicated by a civil court, yes.
He has not been convicted.
When you say convicted, what do you mean?
Well,
no! Bob, no, Bob! Bob, no, come back, Bob, no, dude, I'm done with this shit, man. I can't even talk to Bob, bro. Oh man, listen, Bob, what happened? We were having such a good conversation. We really could have got somewhere with that, Bob. You're like my favorite Trump supporter yet of the day. I feel like if we had just another minute of a conversation, I could have got you to see the light. Oh, fuck, man. All right. Christy, what's going on? Did you vote for Trump?
Hi. No, I'm Canadian. I'm conservative and I'm Canadian, but God bless you for God bless, because I would not vote for Trump. I would.
Based. Even the conservative Canadians are not that far right. Yeah, we fuck with you. Yeah, for like, thoughts and, giggles, you guys. The conservatives in Canada support universal healthcare. Just a crazy distinction. What's up, Julia? Did you vote for Trump? Julia, speak. Oh, she's 16. Bye, Julia. You got to be at least 18 to be in the live. Moving on to our next guest. Let's go and see what we have. What's up, Dylan? Did you vote for Trump?
I voted for Kamala.
Based, but we are just looking to debate Trump supporters. Let's go to get our next guest up the queue. What's up? Did you vote for Trump? Justin, you voted for Trump, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why the fuck did you do that?
Because I can? The fuck? Okay, I'll tell you why.
So, one second. We're going to touch on that first argument. So you did it because you could. It's not a good reason to do things,
I did it for a reason. No, I did it because I agree with what he was going to do. Because he's gonna go after his political enemies, and I love that. And he's gonna prosecute Adam Schiff and Jack Smith and
Sean,
all these other
thank you
people
for the $3 on Venmo.
that.
I do appreciate you for the love. So what is he gonna prosecute Jack Smith for?
Treason. They're all going to prison, dude. Just wait.
Elizabeth, thank you so much for the $1 on Venmo.
Just wait till the evidence comes out, dude. In January, they're all going to get prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
Can you define treason for me? Justin, no! It's every time, man. You can't even believe this shit, bro. None of these people want a conversation with me, man. It's unreal, quite frankly. Dylan, what's going on? Did you vote for Trump?
How's it going, Dean? Yes, I did.
And
now,
why did you do that?
Why did I do that? That's a good question. I have an answer. Looking at it from the average American's perspective, Trump's presidency back in his last term, I feel like he was good for it. He was making deals with overseas Putin, making deals, and I just feel like his last presidency, it wasn't that bad, and Biden's was. I feel like that was kind of a joke.
We hear you. We're gonna get you a panel.
I'm just looking.
Yeah, everybody
from the
spent
average American's perspective, just looking at what he did and how he did it, and I feel like that would have been better than.
Come up and debate. TMG Anton, did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
Gabriella, did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
You did. Awesome. Micah, did you vote for Trump?
I sure did.
TMG Anton, did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what we're doing right now is we're actually also, everybody, please, when you're not speaking, mute your mic. It just helps reduce a lot of the background noise and latency. So what we're doing right now is we're actually trying to gather a panel to hop in on this conversation here. Vis, did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I voted for Trump.
MK, did you vote for Trump?
Sure did.
Awesome. So what we have now is a full panel of Trump supporters. And Dylan, you're going to be leading the cause. So what you're going to do is you're going to state a reason that you voted for Trump. And then we're going to see if all these people disagree. And then I'm going to prove you're all wrong. It sounds like a lot of fun. Let's do it. So Dylan, your first reason why you voted for Trump was because the economy was significantly better under his first term for the average American compared to how it was worse under Biden and Harris, which means that he's probably better at handling the economy, right?
I feel like, he's had, and you can argue, you can say like,
I just want to know,
all that stuff.
Is that your point?
Yeah, I believe that the economy is much better, man.
Okay, Team G, do you agree with Dylan's point?
Yeah.
Micah, how about you?
I sure do.
Gabriella, Vis, and MK?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
Oh, all right, everyone agrees with Dylan's point. So this is why every single person on this panel is wrong, okay? So we can't just say because the economy was better that means it was Trump's doing. When we associate random things that happen in the country with being caused by the president, such as the state of the economy or factors within it, we yield some very undesirable conclusions, such as the idea that Trump caused the highest level of unemployment in our country in the last 100 years just because it happened under his term in April of 2020. Okay? So we have to isolate for external variables that can impact an economy for how the president impacted it. And we do that by naming the policy or the executive orders. So because obviously all 6 of you are very intelligent people, I want any single one of you to tell me what exactly Trump did during his first 4 years, whether that was through policy or executive order, that made the economy so good?
Yes, I will say he heavily deregulated a lot of markets for the small business, heavily promoting small business growth.
Dean, if I may add a real life example here, I had a customer in a steel mill down in Missouri, and under Trump's presidency, after Obama, after Trump, that was opened back up under his care. So
Okay,
that's just a real life example.
I will repeat my question. What did Trump do, either through policy or executive order, that did so marvelous for the economy? It looks like Vis gave an answer. Does anyone else have an answer?
Yeah, I'd like to add on that. Just from the live stream, it just feel like you like dick in your ass, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and isolate on you, Gabriel. What I will ask from everyone else on the panel is to now go on mute and wait your turn. Gabriel, don't run away. I have a question. Do you want to fuck me?
No, I just can't hear you with all that dick in your mouth. But could you speak up a little bit more?
See, Gabriel, that's the thing, is because no one else here
Such a dumbass.
was thinking about same-gendered intercourse, dick in the mouth, and for whatever reason, it's always the conservative straight men that are daydreaming about dick in my mouth or in my booty hole. Like, Gabriel, was it you that wrote the fanfic last Saturday morning at 3 a.m.?
Can I, on behalf of MAGA, can I apologize for that guy?
Well, yeah, you don't want it to be aired out. Oh, you got a little bit of an echo. Well, I appreciate that. You know, gotta keep it on the inside that you're into those kind of things. You got it. So, all right, moving on to the last four here. He had an echo. That other guy was just up here to troll. So, Vis, you said that he deregulated the economy and that did marvels for it. How do you feel about his tariffs?
His tariffs? Okay. Well, obviously he hasn't implemented any tariffs yet into the economy because he's not president yet. But first, let's talk about in his last.
I'm asking you about his flat tariffs. Is that a good plan or a bad plan?
I think it is. But let's talk about the Tax Cut and Jobs Act, TCJA.
We'll get to that. I just want you to answer my question. I'm going somewhere with it, I promise.
All right. Yes, I do think his tariffs will be a good thing.
Okay, well, that's where you introduce a little bit of a contradiction to the narrative, because you just told me what worked marvels for the economy during his first term was deregulation of the economy. I have a question. Are tariffs deregulatory or regulatory?
They're regulating the foreign economy.
For free markets and libertarianism, unless Trump wants to introduce one of the largest devices to control the market with all imports coming into our country.
Point on that.
And all of a sudden it's great.
Point on that. China has these very similar tariffs right on us. Why are we not giving them the same tariffs that they are making us pay?
Because it ends up hurting our own end consumer, and typically speaking, China actually only imposes tariffs on our country after we imposed it on them. You could look up a graph of every time we've increased tariffs on China and how that's led to the consequent of them increasing tariffs on our soybeans, destroying American farmers. And then overwhelmingly, even if there is a country with tariffs on us, we should resolve that through diplomatic abilities, not through tariffs, which harm our consumers.
Shouldn't we be promoting more local manufacturing, though?
Yeah, I agree with the idea of promoting more American manufacturing, but we could do that with
Let's talk about the chicken tax.
Create the same bad outcomes, such as the raw investment of capital into the industry.
Let's talk about the chicken tariffs. Whenever we were having much more chicken production versus Europe, and they were buying a lot of chickens, they imposed a tariff on us. All right.
Okay, why are you pivoting, man?
You told me to.
What?
It's an example here. So
it's a pivot.
So after they impose this tariff, we impose a tariff on trucks.
You're just gonna ignore that I'm calling it a pivot?
Yes.
Okay, well, yeah, fuck you, Vis. Yeah, fuck you, man. Yeah, fuck you, Vis. Okay, all right, buddy. I see where we stand. We're gonna kick you. Yeah. You go back to the you go back to the comment section. Okay, at least he's funny with it. All right, 3 people left. I have a question. Would you guys ever, if there was an undocumented migrant that showed up at our southern border, sorry, not an undocumented migrant, just a migrant that showed up at a legal port of entry to enter into our country, and they had 34 felony counts. They had raped a woman. They had conspired to overthrow our government, and they had plotted to overturn our constitution. Do you think that they should be let into the country?
If you're trying to argue that we should regulate the people that come into the United States a little more, yeah.
Okay, so they shouldn't be allowed in the country, or they should, and you're.
We should let. Yeah, I don't want a person in our country that's not a good person at all.
Yeah,
we need to
so you just said
know who's coming to our country. Yeah.
You just said if Trump was born in Mexico, he was such a bad person that he shouldn't be let in. But because Trump was born in New York, he should be allowed to run the country. That's just insane. Because all the qualifications that I just gave you are true of Trump. Like the whole 34 felony thing, the whole rape at a woman thing, like all that. Like that's all true of Trump. Like honestly, if a migrant were to show up at our southern border with those qualifications, I bet MAGA would probably call them a terrorist, right? Like someone that wants to has plotted to overthrow the government, wanted to coup our democracy, and terminate the Constitution, and raped women, sexualized kids, committed felonies. Like, bro, yeah, Trump wouldn't be allowed in the country. But because
I'm not going to tell you that the legal system's watertight, because it's not. But I'm saying that in Mexico and in places that immigrants are being let into our country, there was legitimately, I read, there was wars of Texas, of America letting Mexicans into Texas and Texas fighting back against the Mexicans coming in.
Can you respond to my conceptual point? Because my conceptual point there was that all the qualifications of this hypothetical migrant that I just described are true of Trump.
So, Trump isn't in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
It's in America.
Oh, okay. So because the rapist felon wannabe dictator in day one that conspired to overturn our democracy and said that he wanted to, abolish the Constitution, was an American citizen, he should be allowed to run the country. But if they're not an American citizen, they should be labeled a terrorist and shouldn't even be allowed in the country.
Okay, but who's to say that the left is in the courts putting these charges on him?
Yes, lawfare.
Is it a legal system? Is it?
Yes, lawfare. Yeah, 34 felonies. You don't believe those, right? You think that's all lawfare?
He's a businessman. He's ought to make mistakes, but he doesn't. I don't believe that.
I don't think it's a mistake to
president would great people
pay off a porn star that you slept with to stay quiet about it before the 2016 election, and then abuse and misuse campaign financing funds, commit business fraud. It's also definitely not a mistake to grape someone.
Yeah, definitely not. Kamala Harris, she's a better candidate than that.
Yeah, because she's not a grapist.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if Trump was, then yeah, I'd agree with that. Kamala Harris, I'm not sure about that. I'm going to be honest. She's not. I'm just looking at results here, man. It's what do we got here?
Read the back just for us. Read the back for the class.
That's nice.
So you said you wouldn't support Trump if he was a rapist. Here's a verdict form from a jury that determined he was.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen Trump grape anybody. I haven't seen that. A court said it, yeah. Have you? Where is it said?
You fucking dude! I can't even believe this. Are you a Christian?
Oh no. Yes.
Okay. Do you think you are Christian?
Yes.
You are?
I love God.
Did you see Jesus rise from the dead?
It's called faith.
Idiocracy.
So you have faith in someone walking on water, turning water into wine, raising from the dead like a zombie, but for some reason it's too much to believe a woman who held their abuser accountable in a civil court unanimously by a jury of 9 people.
Idiocracy. Like I can't even. Do you see the dissonant there? Like you're like, I gotta see it to believe it. And even though our court system determined that Trump had raped a woman, and these 9 unanimous jurors all agreed, I didn't see it, therefore it didn't happen. But this guy that was reported through fourth-hand accounts, written 100 years after he died, to walk on water and raise from the dead, that shit definitely happened. That's outrageous.
Okay, Trump. He did it. He might have not done it. I don't know. Haven't seen it for myself. A court said it. Sure. Okay, let's say he did.
Is the Earth round?
Wait. Why do you require seeing it in the case of one scenario but not in the other?
Have you ever seen Australia?
I don't require see. I'm not saying I didn't see it. It's not true. I'm not I believe that there's a possibility that's true, yeah. But it's just looking at what's happened to our country. Have you heard of Trump? Have you heard of Putin saying that he's only going to negotiate with Trump once Trump's in office, and he will not with Kamala or Biden? And Kamala said herself
Kamala, by the way,
is buying.
Kamala, by the way, and also him saying that. I mean, I would like to see the source saying that he wouldn't specifically do that with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, but mainly I would attribute that, if that's true, to literally the fact that it's easier to manipulate someone like Trump. You understand that Donald Trump wanted to secede more power to Russia within the context of these scenarios, whereas Putin knows that the Biden-Harris administration has been strong, right, against Russia.
Okay, well, let's look at the wars going on. Have you seen what's going on overseas? Have you seen the wars going on there? I feel like war is a bad thing, and Trump is planning to stop these wars. So the average American, that sounds good, does it not?
Was Trump going to stop the wars and have the Biden-Harris administration cause the wars?
I'm not telling you that the Biden administration caused the wars. They're happening, and they need to stop happening.
Just that it happened under the administration? Okay, well, 65 service members died in conflict under the Trump administration comparative to the 16 under the Biden-Harris administration. Why don't you look at that?
Well, Trump is looking like he's, and count me wrong, dude. If it is months in the future and Trump has done nothing to stop these wars, I will come back up here and I will tell you I'm wrong. But right now, in the moment,
have no idea what he wants to do.
It is seeming very, very overwhelmingly that Trump is pro stopping war and stopping death.
Was he going to do that? And also, I just gave you an example where there was more death under his administration.
Wait, he literally doesn't support a ceasefire between Israel and Gaza and wants to give them more money and like more bombs to kill more Palestinians. He also wants them to like invade and attack Iran, and he said if they don't do it, that he will flatten them himself.
You like him putting a stop to the war is good? Yeah.
No, it's not a stop to the war. He wants them to win the war. It has nothing to do with stopping it. He wants them to win. He said that explicitly, verbatim, word for word, bar for bar, quote for quote. He wants to put a stop to the war by like destroying Palestine.
That's fair.
That's fair?
Well,
you what?
That's fair what you said, not fair that he's doing it. Yeah, I mean honestly those are views.
Well, doesn't that contradict what you said prior that he's like anti-war? You understand the whole people need to stop dying in Ukraine is just his plea for NATO as well as our own country to stop supporting Ukraine so they would secede to Russia's demand by giving them the land that they've already taken. Because if the fight goes on much longer between Ukraine and Russia, Russia will be fucking crushed and will lose all of the land in which they've advanced because they are running out of personnel, they are running out of guns, they are running out of ammunition, they are running out of bombs, and that he just wants to secede to Putin's demand of Russian expansion.
Well, yeah, I mean, man, I'm gonna be completely transparent with you. I haven't looked into it as deeply, and I know you're an educated man, so that's fair. I'm just looking at it from a standpoint. Trump seems confident. Trump looks like he knows what he's doing at least, and it's a lot more promising than a president that just look things up. But
I don't know. I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah,
I don't think he knows what he's saying right now.
Got it.
Trying.
Parker, how you feeling, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Just got food, just eating. My second account got banned for a week, so this is my current account. That's the only account that's not account warninged, so that's great.
Yeah, everyone follow Parker. You want to turn on your profile picture? Oh, sorry, not your profile, your camera.
I was just eating. That's why.
Oh, bet. Yeah, no worries. Or I'll even put you on the big screen. Do you want to hang out in Coast for a little bit?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not going to be doing anything else.
Bet. I'll probably hit a restart here soon. I feel like we could probably do better than we are.
Yeah,
With a
we can do
restart.
that.
Cool. I'm gonna go heat up 2 egos to eat. You wanna talk about it, Bobby, real quick?
Sure.
All right, bet I'll be back.
Well, wait. I had a question for Dean. Ultimately, Parker,
Dean.
you got cooked by Kay in an abortion debate. So, like, I don't really feel the need to talk to you when you can't
I
even.
don't know who that is, but
find words.
can you tell me what?
Yeah.
point
There's
I got kicked
clips
on
of it,
specifically?
Parker. There's clips of it, Parker. So ultimately,
Can you tell me what point I got kicked on?
your whole stance. What are you talking about?
Can you give me one specific point?
Yeah, here. I'll remind you of the guy, right? It was a guy with glasses, black guy, right? Ultimately, he told you to defend your stance, which was sentience, right? And you couldn't even do that. So ultimately, where is Dean?
What do you mean I couldn't do that? What do you mean I couldn't do that?
It's clipped. You're cooked. Like, what are you talking about?
It's clipped. You're cooked. I can't name a specific point you lost on. I'm just going to say that you didn't mention what the justification for your point.
Sure. Anyway, where's Dean? Because he's running.
He's literally just went to go, like, do some egos. Or why are you mad, bro?
Yeah, because ultimately you got cooked. Dean needs to get cooked.
I got cooked. Yeah, you can't even name the specific point I got cooked on.
Yeah, ultimately, listen, Parker, calm down, buddy. So here, let's just do this. Let's just do this. What's your justification for abortion?
Yeah, well, I don't think that there's any reason to restrict a woman's access to abortion prior to sentience, as there's going to be no rights-bearing individual that it's going to be like restricting. So, like, I just don't see a reason to restrict a woman's access to abortion prior to sentience. I think it would actually be immoral to restrict a woman's access to abortion prior to sentience because it would lead to a level of suffering and harm applied to a sentient individual, a person, right? Whereas you wouldn't see that in the context of a non-rights-bearing individual. In the sense of the zygote, embryo, and whatnot.
Great monologue.
What's your reason why
wait,
killing
real quick,
an embryo in the first trimester is
that's
wrong?
crazy. You're shifting the burden right now. That's crazy. I was doing an internal critique. So Parker, is this a necessary?
Well, I'm sorry. You're the only one that can do that.
Well, no. I mean, I'm giving you an internal critique, Parker. I'm trying to see where your logic goes. So ultimately, right? Is this a necessary, sufficient condition?
A necessary and sufficient. Am I saying that there's a set of principles that like you require? So it depends on like if you're referencing like animal ethics and whatnot. I would have a conjunction for like those types of traits. So if you're a part of a species in which meets a particular threshold of rationality, right, along with having right sentience, right, past or present and future subjective experience, well then I would grant them value.
But I'm asking, is the condition you're talking about sentience? Is it necessary or sufficient for moral consideration?
Well, the conjunction would be necessary and sufficient.
Can I have the argument for why it's necessary?
Okay, so an argument for why it's necessary. So this would just be qualified under the specific conjunction. Right? I'm saying that I have a desire for this particular conjunction to be valuable, and then we're going to compare the conjunction right to other people's views, other people's examples. We're going to give like counterexamples and whatnot to other people about like which one's more intuitive for us to hold to, which one's more desirable.
Well,
for us to hold to. That's the type of conversation we would have.
You're monologuing. Ultimately, dude, look. So I asked you for an argument. Yeah, I asked you for an argument of why it's necessary, right? You ultimately couldn't give me that. You just said, hey, I share this intuition with other people. And I have a desire for this thing to happen. Like, that's not telling me.
No, what I'm telling you is in the conversation, right, there's not going to be an argument for either side. It's just going to be that we're going to be comparing the different positions and giving different types of counter examples as to why going to be an argument for either side, and that it's just going to be right. We're going to give examples to see which one's more intuitive. But then you can't give me an argument for your side, and you were saying it was an issue with my position.
You shifted the burden, and you
wait. No, I just demonstrated to you that neither side can provide that question that you're asking, and you wouldn't provide it on your side.
Real quick, I can answer that, right? So ultimately, what I'm going to say here, right, is it's going to pretty much align with my meta-ethical views, which I'm a Christian, right? So ultimately, I mean, I don't really think you want to.
It's going to align with your views. You understand that you're saying that you have a desire that the position is upheld, that the set of conditions is valuable. You're not giving an argument. You're just saying that you have the desires.
Hey, can you let some people talk? Hey, anyway, so.
Yeah, so you're just saying you have the desire. You're just going to say that you have a desire for that position to be valuable. You're not actually giving an argument. So go ahead and provide the argument.
Can't debate. So Dean,
your position. You're saying that you require an argument. What's the argument?
I just gave it to you. You didn't even critique.
You didn't. You just said that you have a desire for the position. What are you talking about? That's not an argument.
Meta-ethical views.
That's saying that you have a view that meta-ethical views does not change your abortion view. Can you tell me what meta-ethics are?
Are you stupid? Yes, it does.
Wait. How can objective or subjective notions of morality at all determine what your particular stance is in terms of being pro-life or pro-choice?
Repeat what you just said.
Stance or independent of a stance, that doesn't change whether or not you would have a pro-life or pro-choice position. Where the pro-choice and pro-life, shut up. The pro-choice and pro-life position, the pro-choice and pro-life position is compatible. Shut up. The pro-choice and pro-life position is compatible with either meta-ethical view, whether it's objective or subjective.
Not in the Christian worldview.
All that Parker is describing right now is like I could be pro-choice, right, and uphold like the same meta-ethical framework that you do, right, even as redundant as something like Christianity.
Yeah,
right?
not necessarily. That would contradict. There's a P not P there.
There is not.
Yeah. What is objective morality, dude?
Well, it's like independent of an observer.
Oh, that's crazy.
I like how he still hasn't given an argument for his pro-life position.
Oh, that's crazy. Here comes Parker to watch.
He still has not given the argument.
Truth maker there.
I mean, I'd like to finish.
It's going to be God, right?
Yeah, so you could be like pro-choice dependent on the truth maker of God, right? The difference would be within the description of your normative framework.
Wait, real quick. So if my normative framework doesn't align with the Christian principle and my meta-ethical views, is there not a contradiction there?
Yeah, the argument would be that it does align.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you could be pro-choice and be Christian.
No, that's not. No, because give me an inductive case of how the Bible affirms pro-choice.
Yeah, sure. Because we'd see that, like, in the case of the criminal justice system, which is what I'd predicate, like, the pro-choice and pro-life worldview off of, is just if it should be legal or illegal. We'd see no indication that God thinks that A, humans should assess and posit a criminal justice system. B, God would uphold that humans should have the ability to enact on an unrestricted will to access abortion, given the fact that, but we're talking about like criminal justice system.
Oh, that's great. Wait, real quick, Dean, don't pivot. So ultimately, one, you didn't answer the question because if there's a P not P there, what is the P not P? It's the ought claim. So in the Christian worldview where these principles align to tell us how we should act, these ought claims, right, that God has bestowed in the Bible, right? Ultimately, he's telling us, hey, we should, right, do these things to be virtuous, whatever you think, right? But if you do not do these things and do not align with the Christian worldview, and you say normatively we should be able to do this action, there's a P not P there. You're contradicting your meta-ethical framework.
I'm not sure. And the reason that I'm not is because you could absolutely posit that the Christian God thinks that you shouldn't get abortions and that it's morally wrong. That's fine. We're not questioning his moral stance, right? Because you could be pro-choice and think that abortion's wrong, but just uphold that women should have legal access to it. And I don't think that that view is contradictory with the Christian worldview.
Well, with the pragmatic view, I think, yeah. If you say, well, here, I think there's a P not P there in the sense where you say, well, look, we should normatively act this way. Meta-ethically, the description of the prescription, and then say, hey, we we just don't need to legislate it and make people act like this. Yeah, there's a P not P there.
Okay. So in other words, you'd say if you're a Christian, you're contradicting your beliefs if you don't want to make lying to your children, telling them that Santa Claus is real illegal. Because as far as I'm concerned, the Bible has some very simple, has some very simple descriptions. It's one of the 10 Commandments, lying, right? So if you're saying that you are contradicting your own views, if you don't hold to the things that you deem as immoral to be illegal, Bobby, do you think that lying in all circumstances should be illegal?
No one said pragmatically we should there's levels to this.
That's the point.
Dean, in the Bible, since you've read it, are there levels to this?
There's 2 levels. All sins are equal in the eyes of the God, apart from blasphemy, and I believe that is found in either John or Mark.
Real quick. So, what did God tell Moses?
What did God tell Moses? When? He told Moses a lot of things.
He spoke about an eye for an eye, and he was telling people that we should uphold like some type of system where we ultimately grant, like, hey, there's going to be something that says, hey, if you commit a certain action, there's got to be a suitable punishment for that action. So, like,
buddy, you're fucked.
Wait, real quick. Yeah, let me land the plane. So ultimately, if we say, hey, you're lying, there has to be a suitable like culpability there to say, well, maybe we're not going to put you in jail, but we're going to hold you accountable in the sense that, hey, you shouldn't do this thing.
Are you done?
Did I stop talking, or can you track?
I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to be respectful, you piece of shit. So first of all, there's two things I want to go over. You just referenced Levitical law to justify punishment is to be dished out based upon the severity of the offense. Well, if you affirm, one moment, shut up. If you affirm, if you affirm Levitical law, you understand that you're also affirming the rest of it. Like this is why, like a lot of
25.
Yeah, Bobby, impulse control. Could you work on that so I can finish speaking?
Well, don't strawman the argument.
I'm not. What
you are, because it's not Leviticus. It's Exodus.
Yeah, Levitical law and Mosaic law would apply to Exodus and Leviticus.
Oh no, it really wouldn't. Now you're confused on hermeneutics.
One eye for an eye was overturned by Jesus. Matthew 5:38. 2, as it relates to this, you can also reference that if you're going to accept the Exodus 21:20 through 21, God commands that you should not be punished if you beat your slave insofar as they recover after a day or two. Do you accept that verse?
Now you're also confused on hermeneutics, Parker. So let's talk about the descriptive of the historical context of what was being said. So do you agree that if Moses was having a conversation for an eye, can you agree that somebody else, maybe the context of the situation is different when we talk about an eye for an eye?
Does anyone
that's relevant
towards
responding to either of our.
Why is it relevant? Wait,
what the hell did Bobby just say? No, Bobby, repeat what you just said. I don't think that you know what you're saying.
I'll dumb it down. Here, let me dumb it down.
No, you're not dumbing it down. You're making it make sense. I want to make that distinction so fucking incredibly clear. You're not dumbing it down.
Let me dumb this down. So ultimately, right, Dean, if I say, hey,
dude, imagine if I came up to you, Bobby, and I was like, yo, the normative prescriptive of the framework could indicate that given the contradiction of the P and not P, that Christianity as a whole on the slice of the thin, right, would typically demonstrate in this context, in this situation, that ultimately speaking, no, right, it is justified to posit a worldview in which like, and then you're like, Dean, what the fuck did you just say?
Bro, it's
crazy. Yeah, and then imagine that you were like, Dean, what the fuck did you just say? Then I was like, all right, buddy, Bobby, you're obviously dumb as a rock. I gotta dumb it down for you. Just go running.
Because you've been running from K. Are you going to debate K?
Oh, okay. So no, I'm not running from K. If it means
no, you definitely are.
Oh, dude, hold on. I'm fucking. Dude, wait a goddamn second, Bobby. Hold on, dude. Impulse control. Remember how we were working that on 3rd grade, buddy? It seems like Daddy D needs to teach you a new lesson today. Okay, all right, Mr. Bobby. I'm gonna go back to what I was saying before you interrupted me. No,
we're gonna go crazy with that, Daddy Dean. You just started a whole new thing. You just, dude.
Maybe if you didn't say if you didn't affirm that it'd be a whole new thing, then it wouldn't. And if I didn't respond to the fact that you affirmed it, oh god, now we're fucked. It's spiraling out of our control. Anyways, Bobby, I'm gonna go back to what I was saying. No, I'm not running from K. You want to know why? I would say in order for one person to run from another person, it is required that they don't want to debate them because they are scared that they will lose the debate. Those are my conditions for what I mean when I say someone is running from another person in a debate. Okay? But the reason that I've chosen not to debate K is not because I was scared, not because I'm scared that I'll lose to him, but because he has no damn respect. I've already gone out of my way. Shut up, impulse control. I've already gone out of my way to schedule and plan a conversation with K. Okay? Unlike any other person that has ever want to debate me. I told Kay that I would let him come up onto my stream, change the conversation, and debate me on abortion. That is an exception that I made for Kay that I've never made for anybody else. And you want to know how he responded to that? By calling me a fucking twink in a derogatory manner, and then trying to paint this picture, oh, that Dean sucks, like, oh, he's such a twink, and all this other shit. No, he needs to have some more damn respect. If Kay can hold himself to a standard of behavior that is indicative of a mature adult, and doesn't carry himself like a 14-year-old nerd, right? Maybe I would consider giving him some of my time.
All I heard there was you're running because you're sensitive. That's all I heard.
Tell Kay to come up right now. Tell Kay to come up right now. We'll 2v2
okay.
right now.
I'm sharing it to him, bro. Look, hold on. I'm sharing it to him. Hold on. He's
We'll
not.
2v2 you idiots right now.
So how about instead of strawmanning my position, right? And just saying, running because scared, even though I gave my conditions for running and I explained to you how they didn't apply, right? You be a big boy and you actually dispute the substance of the statement.
Ultimately, I'm just going to say, right, that did he reach out to you?
Yeah, I spoke with him on a public live. You weren't watching? Someone's behind.
No, yeah,
And
yeah.
in fact, if you were listening to what I just said, I actually spoke about how I spoke to him on public live, set up a time, set up a place, and then he went on to call me a twink. So it seems like not only did you red herring my explanation insofar as how I did it run from K, but you weren't even listening to the explanation in the first place because I described how I spoke to him on live. Keep up, Bobby. You're falling behind.
Sure. This is great rhetoric. Anyway, the substance of this is going to be, right, that ultimately you were on a panel. He cooked your buddy up top, right? There's a clip of this that's been circulating around.
But I couldn't name the specific point.
Jesus.
Oh my God, there's a specific clip, but I couldn't name a specific
Good job,
point.
little buddy. Good job.
Yo, Heather, thank you so much for the $50 on Venmo. Can we get some W's for Heather in the comment section right now? Thank you so much, Heather, for the $50 on Venmo. Let's get some W's, Heather. Thank you for the hat and mustache. Tiff, thank you so much for the $5. And Aaliyah, thank you so much for the $10 on PayPal. Thank you.
Can we all point out every time Bobby gets cooked and doesn't know what to say because he doesn't have a response because he's just objectively fucking incorrect, he'll just kind of like pivot to saying, Parker lost debate, Dean running. Like, holy shit, be a man of substance. Don't be a man of like nonsense. Oh, man, I'm trademarking that one. I'm trademarking that one.
This is great rhetoric. Anyway, so look, what I'm saying is Kate called you out. He spoke to you. And you're saying, well, I'm not going to debate him because I'm sensitive. That ultimately, he called me a twink. That's your
just said he can come up on the live right now and get mocked.
Well, I'm sharing it to him, buddy. Just give me a second.
Yeah, like Loki. No, so that's not about sensitivity, right? That's just acting cordial. Like it has nothing. No, I don't care that Kay called me a twink. I don't give a shit. If anything, it's a compliment. Okay, right? But with where I stand, right, I find absolutely no reason why I should have extended that olive branch to Kay to begin with. Why I should have put in that work and made an exception for him that I've never made for anyone before him, right? But then for him to like be a
thank you for the
fucking
dollar
boy
for Dean smells bad. Thank you so much.
And use the term twink in a derogatory manner, right? It's like, no, he's no longer worth my time. I have better things to do. It's not about being sensitive, buddy. It's about not letting other people, right, get special treatment out of you that in all reality are less mature than your 6-year-old nephew.
You want a response or muting me?
Oh, I don't want one. I need
muting you is very fun, Bobby. It is very fun. You are very much tempting me right now.
So
ultimately,
look.
Anyways, ultimately, which one?
So look, what we're gonna.
Sorry, that was just fun. That was just really fun.
Parker did that one for the love of the game. Sorry, he's being an asshole.
I know your impulse control is hard, Parker. It's okay.
Stealing my jokes.
It was
for sure. I'm gonna steal that rhetoric. Anyway, ultimately, right.
Fire.
What I'm gonna say is that look, if we get Kay here, will you debate him?
Heather, thank you for the $50 on Venmo, saying that you're awesome. I'm a Gen X mom of a Gen Z daughter, and I very much appreciate you. Keep going. Everybody show some love to Heather down below in the comment section. It means the absolute world to me. Massive W's for Heather down below in the comment section. Chris Delia, thank you for the $10 on Venmo as well. And Andrew with the $20 on Venmo. W's for Andrew, W's for Heather, and W's for Christia. I appreciate you guys so much for the love. It means the world to me.
Look, I just got a comment down there by Munchie. Kay is about to join, so if he comes, will you debate him right now?
Yeah, we said that we 2v2 you guys. See, me personally, I think it's a big waste of time. I don't think he's shown enough respect to gain special treatment and come up on my live. But I guess if Parker wants to do a 2v2, we could do what Parker wants.
Wow, he wants to get cooked again. Good job, Parker.
Still can't name the specific point. My abortion position, then I asked him for what's the justification for his pro-life position. He's like, I'm not going to give an argument. I'm just going to say that my desire is in accordance with the view. Like it meets my set of criteria, right? Do you realize like what you're doing?
Not the same thing you're doing, but
the argument for your position. What's the argument?
But if you can't track, that's you.
Oh, go ahead. Provide it one more time. No, nothing.
He told you I gave it, so.
You want to provide it one more time?
And when Kay gets here, ultimately, like I think.
Okay, so I'm not going to just sit here and wait for Kay to get in. We'll just kick you and go to the next person, Bobby. You have about 5 seconds to respond, or before we kick you.
You're just showing you're going to run again.
I'm not going to sit up here with a silent guest for the next like fucking 10 minutes before Kay joins in. Are you fucking brain dead? What is wrong with you, bro?
It's not going to be 10 minutes.
What are you talking about, dude? Okay, well then, is he here?
I don't know. You tell me. I can't see the guest requests.
What? Dude.
Wait, weren't you the one that reached out to him?
Hey, they're saying Kay is here, so look in your guest requesting.
What's his name?
Words K.
Hello.
Okay, so Bobby, will you give me the argument now?
I'd rather let Kay speak for a second.
Wait, so what was being said about me before I was here? What happened?
Ultimately, his argument is you called him a twink and he's sensitive and doesn't want to debate you. You should have respect.
He doesn't want to debate you, yet you're on the live right now. Yeah, dude. Wow, that's a great recap, Bobby. Great recap.
Wait, so you got mad because I called you a twink, Dean? Is that what you got mad about?
No, I didn't get upset, Kay. I just don't think that you're worth much of my time.
Oh, but you told me to debate you. But
yeah, and then after I sat on that live with you for 45 minutes, giving you special treatment that no one else has ever. Do you mind if I finish? And yes, it is straight up special treatment. And after I sit on that, okay, buddy, here's how this conversation is going to go. Okay, I need you to act like an adult. I will interrupt you, and I will allow you to speak, but you have to be able to do the same thing for me. Is that fair?
You're totally not upset right now.
I asked you if that's fair.
No, it just seems like you're not upset right now. Totally.
Okay. Are you going to respond to my request for you to allow me to finish, or are you not going to respond?
Yeah. You can finish and I'll respond. Totally. Go ahead.
Awesome. I appreciate you. So yes, as I was going to say before you kind of control your impulses, I sat on live with you for 45 minutes. Extended that treatment to anybody but you, right? And for you to then turn around and be like, oh yeah, Dean's a twink, haha, I hate him, he's so annoying, like right after he leaves, all that you're showing me is that you don't deserve that special treatment. Thank you for the galaxy. It's not about Dean being upset. It's not about Dean being emotional. It's all about what Kay does or doesn't deserve, right?
Okay.
And I'm afraid that nobody deserves special treatment from me that would satisfy those criteria.
Okay, great. So now I'm going to respond to everything that you said. For one, I don't view you as anything special. Maybe like all your 18-year-old girlfriends in the comments do, but I don't. I just view you as like a regular person that just happens to have other regular people following you and watching your lives. Now, secondly, to the claim that you made about, giving me this sort of special treatment in the case where you wanted me to debate you. Now, here's the thing, right? You came on the live. I asked you for a debate. I told you that we can do the debate on another platform. We can do it with a neutral platform where there's a moderator, where there's, other people that, in which there's not like an imbalance of power. You said no, even though every other instance where we've debated, it's taken place on another platform. But for some reason, you insisted that this time it has to be on your platform. I said, cool, we can do that. So what did I do after that? In fact, that's not even all you told me. You told me that I should actually text you and that you were going to respond to my message on Discord. Dean, I texted you 4 days ago. You still haven't responded to me. I don't even know how many days it's been now, right? So you haven't responded to the Discord DM. And then I came in your live on 3 separate occasions, sat in the comments, and on the most recent occasion, I know that you knew that I was in here because the moment that I came in here, your entire comment section was filled with my name, saying, bring up K, debate K, let K up. What did you do? You did not let me up, right? Now, as far as me calling you a twink, if you feel some type of way about it, well, let me just tell you something, Dean, right? You can look in the mirror and repeat back to yourself how much you don't like Kay because he called you a twink, but I really don't care, right? It's true. And your boyfriend right on top of me is also a twink, right? So if you don't like that, and if you want to use that as a reason to not debate, you can just go ahead and admit that in front of all 9,000 people right now, instead of pretending like it actually made you feel some type of way. Or we can actually just get to the debate on your, proposition about abortion. We can do that.
Yeah. Okay. So like before that, go ahead.
Yeah, just for like 30 seconds here, because we need to go over and clarify a lot of those positions. So I want to ask a question to all of the Republicans, all of the pro-lifers, everybody in this, and everyone in this live that disagrees with me. Have I ever allowed you to DM me on Discord to get special treatment and special VIP access to the live to come and debate me? No, don't talk, kid.
By the way,
It's
he
my
said you're
turn.
not special. He said you're not special, and then proceeded to explain why you were special. That you had people watching you. Like that was also pretty funny.
Yeah, and then I just want to take it one step further. You talked about how I knew that you were in my live because you had like 300 people spamming let K up while I was in the middle of a conversation with someone else, but it was done. You left. Have I ever let anybody come up into my live because they asked to in my comment section? What's the answer to that, Chad? Is it a yes or no?
And then also like the homophobic insult, trying to like portray like someone being a boyfriend of another person as a bad thing, right? And then portraying it to us when you know that we both have girlfriends is like actually like really weird.
Yeah, that was going to be the last thing I touched on because there's just so much fuckery that was said there. And then I guess my last point is here. I understand why your bio says narcissist because you are attempting to clock me, right? But in all reality, you're just demonstrating to the 9.5 thousand people that are watching how, well,
Crazy
quite
bio.
frankly, crazy you are. It's like you are sitting over here trying to make an argument. Oh, Dean rejected my request to have special treatment and VIP access to the live that he's never given to anybody else because I made derogatory comments about him. And that is so wrong, and it demonstrates that Dean is so scared. No, you just look obsessed. You look crazy. I tried to extend that olive branch to you to give you the VIP premium access to the live that no one else has ever received before you, right? You thank me for extending that olive branch by saying some like emotionally immature charged comments about how bad you want to fuck me because you want me to be gay, you want me to be a twink, and you just can't admit it, right? And then my response to that is to ignore you, make the determination that you do not deserve that special treatment because of your ill-willed comments against me. And look at you now. You're whining like a child. And it was the most hilarious, ironic set of events that I have ever seen to listen to you come up here, say that I'm emotional, say that I'm upset, and then literally complain to 9.5 thousand people on how I didn't respond to your Discord DM. Unbelievable. Kristen, thank you for the $20 on Venmo.
Okay, so
I
I'm just
appreciate
gonna
you.
go
One
ahead
moment. Thank you for the $20 donation, Christian. Everybody, please show some love to Kristen down below in the comment section. W's for Kristen.
Yes,
And Lily with the $200 on Venmo. Can we get some W's for Lily in the comment section right now? Thank you so much, Lily. I appreciate the $200. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Lily. Thank you. Tori, thank you so much for the dollar. Bob, thank you for the dollar. Thank you.
Bob. You guys are such
I'll be right back in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Parker.
Kay, can you say
Now
thank
we're
you to
gonna
Lily
go
for me,
ahead-
please?
Now we're
Can
gonna
you say
go
thank
ahead
you
and
real quick?
respond. Now we're going to go ahead and respond to what the guy has to say. Now, look, I find it quite funny and actually really, really fucking hilarious that the same person who was caught saying the N-word, which quite literally is a derogative term, is actually sitting here trying to pander to somebody else about using a quote-unquote derogatory term, right? You're famous for saying the N-word, buddy, right? So I don't know why or, on what grounds you have to actually patronize or, shit on somebody else for using the N-word, or for using a quote-unquote derogatory term. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you keep pandering to your audience as if, you're going to get a surprising answer, right? It's not surprising to anybody here that your fan base is going to agree with the things that you say. So it's not really an impressive feat for you to appeal to your own audience and say, hey guys, do you guys agree with me? Right? That actually didn't do what you thought it did. And thirdly, when you keep making these points about quote unquote special privilege or special treatment, you offered that on your own, right? I offered you an alternative, right? I said that you and I have no problem, much like how every other debate that we've had, right? Every single other debate that you and I have had, Dean, has always been on another platform. But for some odd reason, Dean Withers on this day felt the need to have this debate on his own platform. And the reason why he did that is because he knows that this is where he's the safest. This is where you have the most power. This is where you can mute, kick, you can, act freely without impediment. That's why you did it. And you knew that, you weren't going to feel as comfortable in an audience that doesn't actually support you or doesn't just go with whatever you say, right? Now, as far as like the debate,
Gene, that's totally why you went on Jubilee, dude. You went on Jubilee because you knew that they all were going to support you. That's why you went on Jubilee.
That's so funny.
Oh my God, Kay, you sound silly. I sat in front of 70,000 people on live. I sat in front of 70,000 people on Aiden Ross's live and debated Nick Fuentes while, and I kid you not, 30,000 people spammed L Dean for an hour and a half straight. Continue.
Why you muted me? This is what I'm saying, right? Wait, hold on. Just to be clear. Wait, hold on. Just to be clear, right? This is exactly what I mean when I say that you're sitting in your own space. This is the reason why you won't debate me on anywhere else except for your own platforms, because you know this is a place where you have the most power.
Okay,
that's why you have to mute
respond to what
me.
he just said, though.
Right? Now, secondly, I don't know why your boyfriend is talking. Maybe you should put a leash on your boyfriend.
You could respond to what he just said instead of just looking like an
Anyways,
idiot.
I don't know why your boyfriend.
You're gonna respond to what he just said, where he explicitly said that he went on Aiden Ross's platform, where people were against him. Is that like a difficult concept for you to respond to?
I don't know why the boyfriend is stepping in.
Are you mad? Are you mad, bro? Are you mad, bro? Are you mad? Are you mad that you have to be homophobic?
I'm so mad.
You're so mad you have to be homophobic.
I'm so mad.
You're fucking. You're so mad. You're triggered, bro.
Parker,
you really got me there.
He's the one. He's the one writing the fanfics.
So anyways, yeah, you really got me there, Parker. I'm so mad.
On to his point, bro. It's not that difficult. Respond to what he said.
Let him ramble.
Anyways, going back to boyfriend 1, boyfriend 2. Please stay on mute.
Are we like your two boyfriends?
So anyways, going back, right?
Why did you refer to it that way? That was really weird. I have a girlfriend. Like, I know that you want to be in a relationship with me and Dean, but like, come on, man, I'm taken.
That's a damning non-answer.
Sorry. Anyways, going back to the claim that you made about this whole special privilege treatment thing, right? By the way, this debate doesn't need to happen, but you agreed to the debate happening, right? You and I set the conditions and the terms in that live prior. That had about 300 people in there, whatever it was. We set the conditions. You told me to debate you. You told me to reach out to you. You told me to come in your life. I did all of those things, and you didn't hold up your end of the deal. Everybody saw you running away from me. So now we can either do one of two things, right? We can continue this dialogue path where we
He's running right now well in front of 10,000
Hold on.
Let him ramble.
Now we can either do one of two. Hold on. Now we can either do one of two things right now, right? We can either go follow this dialogue of you just wasting time on the meta, on the things that you and I have done up until leading to this point, or we can go the alternative route and actually have the debate where you present your argument for pro-choice and we can investigate those claims. We can either do one of those two routes. So you pick.
Yeah, so first of all, I'm definitely gonna get the last word, asshole. That's right, Kay. I'm getting the last word. There's nothing you could do about it. I will say that was very rhetorically strong to do the whole thing there at the end. Oh, do you want to continue to waste our time on this meta after, I boasted about calling you boyfriends and how scared and running I am. No, it is my last word. Quite frankly, that's the truth. But no, I did just want to add on there. You're like, I set the conditions of the debate with you, Dean, and you agreed to it. And then you didn't respond to me and didn't give me any respect and didn't respond to my DMs after I called you a fucking tweak.
The meta, dude.
Bobby.
So much better.
Oh, look at you guys.
It's out of the meta when we respond to your fucking bullshit claims. Dude.
Oh, look at the debate. They want to silence the truth. Truth is never afraid of scrutiny. You guys are trying to silence the truth by interrupting me right now.
They want to silence the truth.
Look at this. Can you guys not interrupt me? You're obviously running away from what I have to say. In fact, you're scared that what I'm going to say.
I just want you to land the plane so you'll fucking debate.
We literally let you guys both ramble on. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I was even over here shushing Parker up from interrupting Kay while he was going on calling us boyfriends, and now you're gonna get pissed out and have both of you guys interrupt when I'm just trying to say something.
Parker is so
okay. Be good boy. Be quiet. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, Kay. I'm not gonna lie, Bobby.
You're 5-3.
5, 4,
5-3.
3, buddy. 3, 2, 1.
5-4, maybe.
5, 4.
Are you 5-4 with forces
3,
on?
You ever made a woman finish?
1. Good boy.
You might be 5-4 with forces on.
Good boy. Good boy.
That damning non-answer, by the way.
I don't know. Do you like him shorter?
I don't know.
Maybe you
move on with the meta, dude. Debate.
Like, shut the fuck up, Bobby.
Debate.
Shut the fuck up. He's over here like, oh, Dean's 5'4" with the Air Forces on while I'm trying to make a goddamn point. And then I'm like, oh my God, you like him shorter. And then you're like, oh, move on. Move on. No. Okay. We're going to do something fun. So Parker, after I finish talking and then when they try to respond, I want you to interrupt them and tell them to stop the meta and to move on. So anyways, what I was going to say, thank you, sir. God, shut the fuck up, Kay. Shut up. Shut up. No more interruptions.
Him, Kay.
Kay, bro, like stop the meta. Stop the meta, bro. Like what the fuck?
Okay. I can't wrangle. Okay. You guys, seriously, Kay and Bobby, control yourselves or I'm going to kick you both. Last opportunity.
Again.
I'm going to kick you, and I'm setting the conditions under which you will be kicked.
Stop doing that. Oh my God, please, let's stop the meta. Oh my God, please.
I'm setting the conditions so you can't say I'm running. I will give you guys like 3 strikes starting now. Like if you incessantly interrupt me on 3 separate occasions moving forward, you will be kicked. I'm setting the conditions, and because I'm setting the conditions, no, you cannot classify as running if you know what will make me run. Okay. So let's set those. Okay, you've lost your first strike. 2 left, buddy. Okay, 2 left. Okay, I'm seriously telling you, my whole chat will call you a runner if you strike out here because I'm setting the conditions. You know exactly what causal series of events will lead to the conclusion of you being removed from the live, right? You now have to take accountability and act like a grown man and act in accordance with those regulations to avoid being removed from the live. If you do act in accordance with his regulations, you will not be removed from the live. And ultimately, you will be called a runner because that's what it's going to be. But anyways, back to what I was saying before, the Chihuahuas started interrupting down here. Where was I? So you said that we set the conditions for a conversation, which was true. And then I ran away from you, never responded to your DM. Hit me up late at night. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, man, that's because after we set the conditions, you then went on for like 10 minutes, like attacking my character, calling me a twink, doing all these disrespectful things. I will never give special and preferential treatment to people doing disrespectful shit. I was never under an obligation to begin with to make that deal with you, to treat you differently from anyone that I've ever treated before, and then you respond to my gracious attitude by swooping in at the end of the day and being like, oh, fuck that guy, he's a fraud and a twink, we hate him, he's annoying. Okay, all right. And then about the second point that you brought up about how we've had debates on other people's lives before. Yeah, that's before I had a confluent work schedule and I was able to do streaming for my full-time job and had a time where I go live and a time when I get off and a time where I enjoy everything else about my personal life. So maybe you debated me before the blow up. And that's fine, but guess what? Things have changed. So how about we go ahead and hop into that debate? Okay, we have spoken a little bit about a pro-choice stance I held a while ago. We spoke about my pro-choice stance for about 40 minutes. I'm very curious in your pro-life stance. I hope you'd understand my request here. And I want to hear it. Let's do it. 2v2, man. Give us y'all's pro-life stance.
Okay. So I'm gonna respond to the things that you said, and then
meta.
To the last point that you made at the end.
Just debate, Kay. You're
scared. Dude, like I don't want to deal with this meta, man. Can we please go off of the meta, Kay?
Yeah.
Meta, seriously, dude. I don't want to do any more meta. Like, I think that's a little bit too much. We need to get onto the substance and the content material, man.
Yeah, this Parker guy's spitting, bro.
Totally. Yeah. So, anyways, right. So going back to the original claims.
I will respond to you. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
I just want to make that clear for Kay, Bobby, and everyone watching. If he adds on more to the meta and talks more shit, I'll talk more shit right back.
Seriously, Kay, can you just stop the drama? I'm serious. Let's just get to the content material. Let's get to the premise.
Why are you muting me?
How to add a disclaimer before you speak? Go for it.
Why are you muting me?
I told you because I had to add a disclaimer before you speak.
Kay, can we please just stop the meta, Kay? Oh my God, please, seriously.
Yeah. now I'm going to respond to all the claims that this dumb fuck in the top left made, right? And then we're going to address them one by
someone's
one.
upset. Your emotions getting high, buddy.
Dude, are you okay, man? Are you triggered? Do you need a safe space?
Yeah. Kay is so upset. Oh my god. Woo.
The right needs to stop this violent rhetoric.
So, anyways, we're gonna address what the guy said in the comments, or whatever, what this guy said up here in the box right here, right? So look, the claims that you're making now. First of all, I find it really, really fucking funny, how this guy didn't actually address anything that I had to say, in virtue of the fact that you also said a derogatory term, by the way. You said the N-word, and everybody knows it, right? But the same person who said the N-word is sitting here trying to patronize somebody else for using quote-unquote derogatory language. That's really fucking funny. Now, secondly, when you speak as if you're in this high place, right, because you gained a few followers, I mean, this is just what TikTok brain rot does to idiots like you, right?
Okay,
you
can we stop the meta, please? Like, I just want to get into the conversation about like what your pro-life stance is and why you think it's justified. Can we just actually do that? Because Dean's addressed this on multiple occasions. He's acknowledged this and he's moved on from this, whereas we haven't seen that from other people, and you haven't acknowledged it or acted like what you did was bad.
Totally. Yeah. So, anyways, look, right now. Anyways, I find it really funny because at the end of the day, when you log out of the app and you close out of TikTok, you're just another regular fucking person, just like everybody else in this life, right? So you speaking as if
I didn't know that.
Wait, hold on.
I'm a regular person when I'm on.
Hold on. You speaking in this high place.
Thank you for the meteor shower. Thank you so much, Michelle. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. In Texas with the $50 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Texas.
Oh my God,
I appreciate the $50. Can you say thank you to Texas for the $50? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Texas.
We're just gonna clear. I just want to get into the debate, so I'm just gonna clear this up real quick. You talked about like my past slur usage, which is absolutely true. But I would talk to 14-year-old Dean the same way I'm talking to you right now. See, the difference between you and me is that I'm not only able to change as a person, I'm not only able to grow as a person, I'm able to hold myself accountable as well. So when you posit the critique that, oh, well, Dean is acting as if he's on a high horse, condemning you for your use of derogatory language, even though I use the N-word in the past, it doesn't fucking work. And at the end of the day, it's pure projection and copium, because you can't become a better person yourself. So when anybody around you tries to influence you to become a better person, you want to drag them down with you. But now on to the second point, specifically about off the high horse, I'm a regular person, the followers, TikTok brain rot. Yeah, nothing about what I said, Michelle, thank you for the galaxy, has to do with the fact that I have more followers now than I did then. And all has to do with what the opportunity in which it has allowed me to have, right? That opportunity is having a full-time job where I go on live every day for 4 hours. I don't operate outside of that unless there's special incentive, and there was no special incentive with you.
Why is he scared? Why are you so scared?
If I was scared, how come I addressed everything you said?
Sorry,
I'm not running from you, I'm running at you.
The reason why you're scared is because you have to keep muting me and you have to keep abusing your power. This is why you were so insistent, and it was so fucking obvious to everybody that was actually listening to the other live that your 6,000 or 10,000 followers were not in, when you were so insistent in the fact that I should join your live. It's exactly for this reason. It's because you wanted me to come in here and you wanted to just consistently mute me. But who cares? Everybody knew that was going to be the fact anyways. Now, secondly, to address the final point that you made in your last debate, when you said that we talked about your pro-choice position for 40 minutes, that's not fucking true. We did not talk about your pro-choice position for 40 minutes. That live is fucking recorded. And we can actually play the recording for you, and we can listen to the conversation that occurred. What happened was you were having a debate with another guy. His name was Apostle. You guys were having a conversation about the position, the pro-life position called flow. He asked you a very, very basic question about flow. He asked you if you knew what harm theoretic views were, to which you didn't know, which, by the way, is very, very basic elementary knowledge if you actually understand.
Your boyfriend doesn't know it either.
Hold on, Bobby. If you actually understand anything about normative ethics in abortion literature, like the fact that you didn't even know what harm theoretic views were, that in and of itself is embarrassing. But here's what happened. As soon as I jumped in the call and I asked you to debate, what did you do? You walked, you played you came off mute, and then you said that your girlfriend had walked in and that you didn't have enough time to debate. And then you proceeded to debate me for 30 minutes on why you couldn't debate. And then you told me that you can set up a debate in your live where I can come in and ask you questions about your view. So I know you want to do this nice little rhetorical tactic where you're like, oh, we talked about my position for 45 minutes, so we can talk about yours now. That's not what happened. We're going to talk about your position, Dean. So why don't you go ahead and lay out your position for the pro-choice view, why exactly it is that you think the abortion is morally justified, and then we can investigate those claims one by one. So please give the argument. You can give it either formally or informally. You can give an abductive argument, whatever style or form of argument that you want to give. That's entirely up to you, but just give your argument and then we can investigate it.
Thank you so much, Kay. I do appreciate you. Well, I made sure to interrupt you before you went on that monologue to add the disclaimer that I won't just allow you to say whatever you want and then hopefully get away from seeking truth on what you said by then just asking me what my view on abortion is. I made it abundantly clear with my heels in the sand that I will respond to all of the false bullshit that comes out of your mouth, and I hope that you could be the bigger man and step up and step into the debate. Okay, all right. So you just made a lot of false claims. The first false claim that you once again made was about my usage of the N-word when I was younger. I absolutely did use racial slurs when I was younger. I was able to grow. I was able to mature. I was able to become a better person, something you'll never be able to do. And the fact that you think that your use of deplorable language is justified because I used to do the same thing is bullshit, and you know it. You know it. I don't even have to explain it to you. Hey, you're a smart guy. You want to justify yourself being bad by saying others used to be bad too. It doesn't work that way. Then secondly, we did have a 40-minute conversation about my view on pro-choice. It wasn't the stream where we sat up the conversation when we had spoken about harm theoretic, whatever the fucking second word is. I still don't even know what that is. It was about 6 months ago. Can you, what's that, Bobby?
No, you don't know it, just like your boyfriend.
Yeah, I don't. I don't. And this was about 6 to 7 months ago, and we talked about my pro-choice view in depth. And then secondly, you had said that I supposedly had my girlfriend show up, and that's why I dodged and I ran away from you. No, I had my girlfriend walk inside the house because I had plans with her. And then when you doubted that my girlfriend was there in person, and you posited your claim that I was using that as an excuse to run away from you, what did I do? I had her hop on the fucking mic. I had her hop on the goddamn mic. So, yeah, that's great. Anyways, let's see.
Are you
Parker
done?
got a job, just got removed for community guidelines. So, yeah, anyways, you said that you want to talk about my view. We could do that. But after we talk about your view.
Before you do that, can I
No.
I can't respond?
No, I mean, I guess you can if you just want to continue to... Yeah, sure, respond.
Okay, thank you so much for not unmuting me and spam muting me, rather, I should say, right? Now, anyways, right? I don't know why you keep making these claims about, you think that I'm somehow saying that I'm justified in using some derogatory term just because you used some derogatory term when you were younger. That's absolutely not the claim that I'm making here. In fact, whether or not I think that I'm justified in using the term that I did has actually not been brought up in the conversation at all up until this point. That's the first thing. Now, the second thing is that you try to make some claim that we've had a conversation about your views in the past on some other live. Well, let me just remind you of the past conversation that we've had. I don't know if you remember them. Maybe it's because you have regular conversations every single day and you don't remember the conversations that we had. But every other conversation that we've had about abortion has led to you either not understanding the basic fundamental principles, whether they be ontological principles or the normative principles about the topic of conversation. Either it's that, or you just claim that any other instance where somebody is questioning some background commitments that you might have about your view, it's just simply an instance of meta, which obviously would be false. Right now, secondly, if you want to further this debate, I don't know if you know, there's a person named TKA that's in the requests. You can drop Bobby and you can bring them up. And me and TKA, we can 2v2 you guys right now on abortion. You guys can take the pro-choice view and you can present your case, and me and TKA can investigate those claims.
I've already asked you to present your pro-life case, and I told you that we would investigate your claim insofar as why you're pro-life. And I actually have good reason for that too, because there's one thing that I remember about UK. This was about a year ago. You had requested it up onto someone's live. I'm no longer friends with him anymore, and you were attempting to give her your pro-life view. I went up there, and then 5 minutes in, I was able to get you to concede on the fucking most embarrassing shit of all time, saying that if a hypothetical is logically possible, it cannot be used to posit and critique a view. And the reason that I want to investigate your pro-life view today is because I don't really think that you have one, or you don't really have that strong of one. And I think that's abundantly clear because of your incessant ask to talk about my view? Like, I mean, I bought into that shit last time. We had like an hour debate about my view. But like with where I stand right now, I don't really think you have a view, if that makes any sense. So would you be open and comfortable with talking about your view?
Yeah, so that was like a really, really, really nice, rhetorically convincing way that maybe the average 18-year-old who doesn't understand the basic principles of debate, like norms, would fall for. But I'm not one of those people, right? Everybody knows that you actually just did that as a way to evade away from the fact that you don't actually have a position.
I'd actually say that's what you're doing.
Hold on. Let me finish. But
you know I have a position because we've debated it before, silly. You know that you're lying. Continue.
You're muting me. Why do you keep muting me?
Because I had to call you out on your obvious lie.
Yeah, sure. So anyways, right, that was a really nice, cute, evasive tactic. But if you're saying that, I should provide a...
Calling you out on your lies and evasiveness.
Yeah, totally, yeah. So anyways, if you want it to be the case that I present a pro-life view, we can do that, absolutely. But then I'm going to hold you accountable for your pro-choice view as well. Now, I said bring TKA up, so you can drop Bobby.
You already got a partner.
No, we don't got it. No,
Here, we don't share the same...
Wait, hold on. How about this? Bobby, do you mind dropping? Hold on. Bobby, do you mind?
Dude, if we don't get into the debate within the next fucking 30 seconds, I'm going to just say to Dean that this is a waste of fucking time. We've been doing this for, 20 fucking minutes, and we haven't even gotten to the damn fucking conversation. Say what your fucking argument is, dumbass. Tell me what the fucking argument is. What's your position?
Parker,
Jesus Christ.
Parker, you sound like a 16-year-old when you try to assert dominance. Calm down. Now, anyways.
Hey, now tell us the fucking argument, dude.
So anyways.
Hey, that was obviously a rhetorical technique that any 18-year-old non-debater would fall for, right? But obviously, this is just you trying to evade from Parker's very direct and concise question. And I think it's funny that you, as well as your fans, have continued to posit the idea that me and Parker are running away. But then when Parker confronts you with bluntness and asks you for your view, you deny and call him a 16-year-old.
Yeah, okay.
Answer Parker's question. Give the view, or you're gone. Your 5 minutes of fame will be over. We're sick of your gibberish, quite frankly. Give the view.
I don't know how you expect me to answer a question while you're in the middle of muting me. But anyways, you say that Parker speaks bluntly. I don't even think Parker could try to speak bluntly, even if he wanted to. Now, secondly,
dude, give the fucking argument. Give the argument. Fucking hell, give the damn argument. What is the argument?
Yeah.
Jesus fuck, dude. How long do we have to sit here and wait for him to give the fucking argument, dude? Dude, you're like a fucking 90-year-old grandma on the road going 20 fucking miles an hour on the left lane. Go! Give us the fucking argument.
I like. Come on, keep yelling like that, Parker. Keep yelling like that. I like that. You fucking idiot. You just fell for the bait. You fucking idiot. Now, anyways, right? We can go back to what I said previously. If you actually want to have the debate, I'm more than perfectly willing.
He can't fucking do it, dude. He can't. What's your fucking argument? What is it? Oh my God! You can't even give it.
They're up
he
here
doesn't
for,
have one.
I don't know what it is. They're either up here to stroke their own egos or to get followers. Anyways, we're done with that shit. God, you were so blunt. You were so concise. You asked so kindly 3 times for the goddamn argument. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm running away from that shit. I'm here for debates, not that shit.
That was the craziest shit I've ever seen. I have never seen someone evade giving their position so fucking hard. That was like a politician level evade.
Yeah, it was worse than a politician level.
That literally was. I thought JD Vance's trying to run away from answering who won the 2020 election was less evasive than that. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, dude. Is it really that? Dude, I seriously, I'm bro, give the fucking argument. He actually doesn't have one. It's hilarious, dude.
No, I'm beginning to believe that he actually doesn't. Listen, I was gonna let him stay up here and do his thing, and maybe he'd originally or eventually get around to his position. But I mean, you asked him pretty straightforward, and there was no position to be found.
I'm a 16-year-old for asking him what his position is when that's what he's been doing the whole time, and we've already given it to them. It's so fucking insane, dude. I literally can't. You can't make this shit up, dude. This is what we deal with on TikTok. Oh my God,
Jesus
bro.
Christ. Yeah. What's up, Fuzz? Did you vote for Trump?
I sure did. Yeah, the guy's the best.
Okay.
No, Fuzzard's a liberal.
Alicia,
W. Fuzzard. I remember him. He's
Alicia,
an OG in the community.
I appreciate you for the $10 on Venmo, Alicia. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. Yo, I have no clue what that is, but based. All right.
He's like, I've known him for a really long time. Like, just like he used to do debates back in the day.
Okay.
Gerard, thank you so much. I appreciate the $11.11. Thank you so much. Brandon, thank you so much for the $5. Samantha, thank you so much. Christine, I appreciate it. Brandon, Ryan, thank you so much. I appreciate it, y'all.
I appreciate you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much.
And Kayla, thank you so much for the $20 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Kayla.
Hey, what's up? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
And why is that?
Well, because of the policies that he's going to bring in, including, I know you're just going to start with what policies was good. The Remain in Mexico border was actually a great policy because it reduced the border encounters down to less than 400,000.
Do you mind if I ask you a question? Can you go into a room with less background audio?
Yeah. Let me mute myself so I can do that.
Cool. In the meantime, you guys make sure that we are double tapping away on that phone screen, y'all. Let's try to get up to 2.5 million likes, quite frankly. Get up to 2.5 million likes. Damn, bro. I'm not gonna lie. In like every fucking scenario where we end up removing people like that from the live, like usually like the comment section for the next 5 minutes is Dean's running, Parker's running, but like I'm so happy how abundantly clear it was that he's incapable of giving a position.
No one thinks that, dude.
Like there's not like one person in the chat
because he didn't even give a
that.
position. He actually the entire time on the live didn't give one position. Did you notice that?
Yeah, no, I'm so happy. I'm so fucking happy. All right, Donald.
Debates with him are literally like talking or complaining about like why we didn't have a debate or like why we didn't set it up at this time. It's never like what's the argument? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. All right, Donald. What's up? Let's hear it. Why did you vote for Trump?
His border policy was a good one. The Remain in Mexico policy was actually one of the better policies that I've seen.
Donald, can I ask you a question about that one, actually? If it was so good and Trump ran on the border being an issue, why didn't he implement the Remain in Mexico executive order day one?
Well, at the time, it was part of the COVID plan that reduced the amount of crossings.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
no,
it was part of the COVID plan.
It was prior to COVID. It was 2019.
And it was reinforced because of COVID.
I don't know what you mean by reinforced. It was implemented through an executive order in 2019. I don't know what you mean. And also, it barely affected less than 100,000 people. I know for sure.
Yes, but then after it expired, you're looking at over 400,000 a day.
Holy shit, Texas! Thank you for the $50 donation on Venmo. Holy crap, Texas! Everybody, please show some love to Texas down below.
Also a better one.
And Christine with a $15 donation.
400,000 what a day?
Encounters.
400,000 encounters a day?
Yeah.
What?
Hold on, my signal's crap right now.
I gotta go with
What?
My signal's crap.
You think there's 400,000 encounters a day? He just left.
That was strange.
That's not what? 400,000 encounters in a day is crazy. And Moni, I appreciate the $10. Thank you so much. Tree, thank you for the $2. I appreciate it. Brianna, thank you so much. I appreciate the $2. Thank you, y'all.
We're gonna go and get our next guest going on, y'all. If you are,
everyone was like, "Thank you for getting rid of the guy. He was so annoying."
Yeah,
you know, someone said they recorded it 51 minutes and we didn't get an argument.
51 minutes?
That's what they said. It might have been the Bobby plus him, but 51 minutes with no argument is crazy.
That's fucking crazy. What's up, Andy?
Oh,
Did you vote for Trump?
Parker.
Did you vote for Trump?
I'm actually from South Africa, and I'd like to perhaps give a point of view from South Africa, like a South African's perspective. That's all right with you.
I'm sorry.
I do appreciate you for coming up, man. Thank you so much for requesting.
I feel like someday we should just ask people from like around the world like what the businesses are. We should do like a Q&A and do that.
Yeah,
on our second account.
I agree. If you have time tomorrow, I think I'm gonna text you about something tomorrow. I'm doing something tomorrow, and we might be able to wrap it in.
All right, I'll think about it because I mean, what's it called tomorrow. I have tomorrow and the next day, and then I'm chat 2 more days on live other than today, and I am going to be taking a few days off. I'll be off for like 3 full days.
Yeah, we both will.
Yeah.
We both will. Dylan, thank you for the $15 donation on PayPal. Dylan says, as genuinely the most insufferable hour I've ever sat through. I fear I may have lost some brain cells. Me too, Dylan. Don't worry. We're right there with ya. W's for Dylan. Yeah, so no Dean and Parker lives for about 3 days, y'all. DC trip, let's go.
We're going to have lots of content planned for the future, and video content I will be trying to make, so don't worry.
Colin, hey, what's up, man? Did you vote for Trump?
I did, and I just want to say you haven't responded to my text about Fuddruckers yet. I've invited you cordially to Fuddruckers about 100 times. You haven't answered once. And quite frankly,
What is Fuddruckers?
I don't even know what that means. What does that mean?
Is that something bad? I have no clue what that is.
Does anyone even know what that is?
No. Nope. Hi, Angus. Did you vote for Trump?
Hello. Yes.
How old are you?
Oh, this is the person that was saying, let a real man come up here.
Oh, yeah. No, they
destroy you? Yeah,
they
I
spammed rematch in the comment section for like 30 minutes. There's like
no.
You have the screenshot still on your phone, Dean.
Angus, I could see from this live you spam rematch like 100 billion times.
No.
Well.
Ooh. Where you going? What are you doing? Oh, Dean. Ooh.
Well, just give me a moment.
Ooh. That's not me.
Okay, why did you vote
face.
for Trump? Why did you vote for Trump?
I just agreed with a lot of his policies.
Like what?
Like his economic policies, his balance of payments, his trades, exports.
Well, you're just saying words, bro.
Yeah, fuck you, Angus. Yeah, what the hell?
Balance of trade, imports, exports. Right, you're taking it. That's like you looked at your textbook from your econ class or something.
Yeah.
Of like words defined.
Oh, that's too funny, man. All right, we're gonna get our next guest up in the box. Quite frankly, hey, what's going on? Did you vote for Trump?
No.
All right, you guys, if you're in the queue, make sure that you voted for Trump. Ash, thank you for the $20 donation on Venmo, saying keep doing what you do. Ash,
and Michelle,
I appreciate
thank you for the $20. Thank you so much, Michelle. Can we get some W's for Michelle? And Joe, thank you for the $1.
Please show some love to Ash, you guys. That is seriously so incredibly kind of you. W's for Ash. Thank you for the $20 donation. What's up, Common? Did you vote for Trump?
I did not vote for Trump. I didn't vote in the last election.
Guys.
Oh, by the way, everyone, follow me here because all my other accounts are fucking banned. Literally all of them. My other account, the one that I was just on that was like a newer account, that one's banned.
Yeah, Parker's going through it, bro. He's
No
getting
Jubilee,
targeted.
huh?
What? Speak your mind before I kick you, fetus.
Shut up.
Okay. He used his time wisely. He used his time wisely. That's right.
That's right.
That's right. I was gonna give him a sentence there. I was gonna give him a breath before we removed him, and it just didn't work
So,
out.
Dean, every single time you say that's right, it reminds me of Serena.
That's right. Yeah, I remember.
That's
Serena.
right.
That's right. That's right. Dean, would I go back on Jubilee? Probably. I'd probably go back. What's up, Joshua? Did you vote for
Depends
Trump?
on the topic. They need to give us a peen episode.
Joshua, hello? Okay, don't know what's going on there. All right, you guys, please spam MAGA down below in the comment section if you want to come up and debate. We were
Can you
honestly
imagine
just
Peen
gonna...
versus 40 Trump supporters?
That'd be so good. How about just 100?
Yo, I don't think they'd be able to get enough people. And then they can have 2 people run up at a time.
As much people as they could pack into a room.
Hello.
Yeah, man. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did. I actually was on Harry's live a few weeks ago with Parker over here. I said the M word and I got kicked, and I was pretty pissed off about it.
Moving on to our next guest. Everyone do just give us a moment. Yeah, pissed off because you got kicked. Accountability and consequences for your actions will always escape the mind of a Trump supporter. Insane how that works.
Bro's like, I can't believe how unjustified it is for me to get kicked.
I know, truly.
Did he say M word trying to refer to like the M drug, or is he referencing?
I heard N.
I heard that too, but I think some people are saying M, and I was like, I want to make sure that we're not like saying he said something he didn't say, you know, because he might have been trying to say M drug.
Oh,
that's possible, but I doubt it.
If I, I mean, let's see him in the chat. I could invite him back up and we could clarify, because he seemed pretty open to talk about it. If it was the M word, then we could keep him up here.
I said the M drug.
Okay.
M
Good,
drug.
good. I'm just making
drug.
sure because
No.
Yeah,
I said I was with New Jersey, and I said the M. You were like, "Oh, you can't say that word.
No.
You have to kick him."
Oh yeah, no, you're good. Don't worry. I'm just making sure because it sounds like M's kind of sounds like
I can
N.
see.
We just wanted to make sure because that would have been
Yeah, no, I mean, I did vote
good, don't worry.
Voted for Trump. I mean, I got my reasons.
Evie, thank you for the $6 on
Last
PayPal.
time I was in
appreciate
the
it.
live with you, Parker, you were coming at me because I said it's my right to vote, and you were like laughing at me. You were saying that that's the typical excuse from the Trump supporter. But like, listen, I don't have a problem with who you vote for. If you want to vote for Kamala, right? That's how I say it, right? Kamala.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, there's probably a little bit more context to that. It doesn't really make sense, but
Well, no, I mean, you said to me that that's the typical Trump excuse for the voter, that we say we have the right to vote for whoever we choose for.
Man.
Oh, yeah. So it was probably just like I asked you, why are you voting for Trump? You're just like, oh, just because I have the right to. Well, okay, just because you have the right to do something doesn't mean it's justified to do that, right? Like, for example, you have the legal right to cheat on your partner. Now, does that mean you should do that? No. What? That's
No, but
wrong.
that wasn't my reasoning for voting for Trump. But that was also the point I was also making at the same time, was like, you're coming at people for voting for Trump, but like, we live in a democracy. Everybody's going to have the right to vote for whoever they choose for.
Yeah, and I also have freedom of speech, and I have the right to say that I disagree with you.
Sure. I mean, I have the right to say I disagree with you as well. But I mean, I feel like it's very hard to get out certain statements nowadays as a
Dude, I just got flagged for harassment and bullying. Dean, did you see the flag?
No, I didn't. Yeah, Rav Dog, let's just skip to the end. So basically, this is a debate platform. We're obviously hosting this space to discuss our political beliefs with those that disagree, to try to come upon a justified vote for a particular candidate. So when you just come in here and you make the argument that you voted for him because you had the right to, it's kind of...
I voted for him for border policies. I like not having illegal immigrants in our country, and I like to live in a safe society.
Did you know if we actually replaced all American citizens with quote-unquote undocumented migrants, the society would be safer? Their crime rates are 2 times lower than that of natural-born U.S. citizens. But of course, that is not a fact that the propagandists and the alt-right would like you to hear.
Yeah, but you pull up these little statistics, and it's just like, I mean, can't we just have a conversation without you just bringing up these mathematicianal like it's crazy. You bring up these, you're like Albert Einstein with these statistics, man. Like, let's have a talk.
I would take it as a compliment.
It's like all these little
what do you want us to
statistics that you're bringing up that the regular person doesn't.
I'm like
give a
Albert
shit.
Einstein. I'm like so
Rav,
smart.
So if we
we got to get a little mustache on you, Dean.
Rav, that's going to be the best way that we can explain it to you. Now, if you want us to clarify a particular statistic for you or something that we said, just ask us to clarify and we'll clarify for you.
I'd like some clarification on that last statistic. I mean, I'm a little confused. Like, what does that mean? Like, you're saying that if we replace replace every American, and we're going to be safer if we have the undocumented immigrants replace them?
Yes. Yeah, I got you. So undocumented immigrants, as per a percentage of their population, commit less crime on average. So if they on average commit less crime, it's going to be the case that if there is a greater amount of immigrants in the country, that it would actually reduce the crime rate because the incoming population has a lower average crime rate than the already existing population.
Sure. I don't see how that's possible, but I mean...
What do you mean? They have a lower average crime rate. They're less likely to commit crime.
I know, but like, what about these guys like from the cartel that are coming across the border? You see these videos; they're shipping these people across the border, and I mean, it's clear human trafficking going on.
Wait. So are you saying that the undocumented process that currently exists within our system, right? The fact that it incentivizes people to go to the country undocumented, are you saying that promotes the cartel to make more money?
I'm not understanding your point.
Are you saying the current legal system in terms of the enforcement of undocumented immigrants taking so long to get into the country, are you saying that incentivizes the cartels to be paid more?
No, not at all. I'm saying that specific long process that it's taking is at the fault of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I mean,
what did they do?
I mean, it's their administration that's going on. This problem is going on during their administration.
But that doesn't mean it's caused by them. Like, what did they do to cause it?
I mean, give me what's turn it on me. What are the specific policies that you're claiming? I'm not sure off the top of my head.
You have to claim that they did something that caused it.
I mean, it's their administration, and I'm seeing all this shit happen during their.
So the 14.8% unemployment that happened under Trump's administration, was that his fault?
The 14 what?
The 14.8% unemployment that happened under Trump's administration, is that his fault?
The 14.8 unemployment is what you said?
The 14.8% unemployment that happened under Trump's administration, the most since the Great Depression. Are you saying that specifically was his fault?
You're talking about the 14.8 unemployment. There was COVID involved in that too. I mean, everybody lost their jobs. That's
exactly
your typical response.
Wait, Ralph, but like that's my point. My point is that there's external factors. When it comes to that scenario, you accept external factors are relevant in explaining why this happened when it comes to Trump, but you don't accept that there are external factors that would have caused this when it comes to the Biden-Harris administration, like inflation being due to a global inflation being due to COVID. Right?
So the inflation is causing illegal immigrants to come across the border?
Actually, yes, because it is the case that economic insecurity that exists around the world due to global inflation is leading to people coming to a place where the inflation isn't impacting as much in the United States for economic security. So yes, economic insecurity, right, in more socioeconomic conditions produce circumstances in which, incentivize people to come here.
Yeah, but also, we could think through it about a very simple lens. So just think as if, you were a part of a tribe of Native Americans prior to the colonialization in North America, and you had a water well. What would you do when that water well ran dry?
You can go search for new water, obviously.
So when you live in a place and conditions get worse, you go search for a place.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. But I think there's more to the story here. I mean, I'm talking about human trafficking specifically. I don't think the cartels are good people that are looking for more water.
Who do they employ?
I mean,
who do they employ?
Who does the cartel employ?
Who do the cartels employ to traffic humans, children, and drugs across the southern border?
I mean, they're employing pretty dangerous people. I don't know who the hell they're
American citizens.
Yeah,
American
U.S. citizens.
U.S. citizens, because they're put under less scrutiny, less questioning, and they go through quicker processes at the southern border. And now I want to ask you a question. Can you name one piece of legislation to combat drugs and humans trafficked across our southern border by U.S. citizens ever proposed to Congress by Republicans?
Not off the top of my head, no.
No, it's because they don't actually care about the real issues at the southern border. They just want to sell you on the issue of undocumented migrants because they know if they create an in group and an out group, and then they could draw on your own personal prejudices to create vehement disregard and hatred and even fright. Right, and they can instill those values in you so they could get your vote when they virtue signal on their big podium by saying we're going to kick them all out. But that's not going to happen. Republicans have been doing the whole mass deportation thing for 30 years. Bush never did it. Trump never did it during his first term. It never happens because it's impossible. They know that, right? But they just want your vote.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to happen, honestly. I think we're going to get all these illegals out of here, and it's going to be a safer country. It's going to come back to
we've already
about
disputed
economics. I mean, I think we're going to all make some more money. I think the economy is going to do way better. And I think we're going to be living
Shay, thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo. Shay says the dogs will miss their daily walks. Enjoy your break. Oh, Shay, I appreciate you for the $20. And Amelia, thank you for the $5 on Venmo as well. Shout out to Shay and Amelia. What's that?
I said he should be donating to me instead. I mean, it would be go to a better cause instead of you guys. But
oh my God, he's being
yo,
serious.
thank you so much, Shavon. Thank you so much for the $20 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Erica. Thank you for the $15. Thank you so much, Erica. Rav, can you say thank you to Shavon and Erica for me, please?
And Marley.
I just got a rose, so whoever sent me the rose.
Can you say thank you to Shavon and Erica, please?
And Marlene.
And Evie, thank you so much for the $6.
No, I was trying to get to my point here. I mean, I think the country is going to be way
What are you
safer.
gonna spend the money on?
Get
Like
these
V-Bucks?
guys out of here.
Fortnite Battle
Well,
Pass?
I'm going to spend my money on the
Allison, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. One moment, be quiet, shut up, quite frankly. Allison, thank you for the $10 on Venmo, saying thank you for advocating for us. I appreciate you for the love, Allison. And Kristen with a $25 on Venmo. Let's get at least 500 W's for Kristen and for Amelia, Shay, Allison, and Marilisa. You guys are phenomenal. Thank you all so much for the love.
You done?
No, I'm actually not. Maddie with a $50 donation on Venmo.
Maddie with the $50 on Venmo. Can we get some W's for Maddie in the comment section right now? Thank you so much, Maddie.
Thank you so much, Maddie.
Let's get some W's for Maddie in the comment section right now. Rav, can we get a thank you to Maddie, please?
Oh my God, and Lily with another $100 donation. Holy shit. Everybody, please show some love to Maddie and Lily in the comment section. W's for Maddie and Lily all day, every day. I don't want to see them in. Rav Dog, please thank Maddie and Lily right now.
I think you guys are making
And George,
more
thank you
money
so much
here
for the
and getting a lot of
$20.25 for Happy Holidays, Parker. Happy Holidays to everyone, and especially you, George. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you
Lily
so much.
actually said just because Rav Dog said for people to donate to him, and I'm just going to donate more to you out of pure spite. Damn, bro. She
You're
fucking
getting a lot of
got you.
donations right now, but listen, I mean...
Shut up. Ashley with a $20 donation on PayPal saying thank you, and Parker for having common sense and advocation.
The new administration.
Be quiet, good boy. Thank you, Ashley. W's for Ashley in the chat for the $20 donation. Go ahead and continue. Just make sure not to interrupt me when I'm thanking my donors. It's okay. I'll let it slide this time. You did something wrong, and I transparently need you to know.
All right, can I make my point, though? I mean,
Actually, no, you can't,
All
because
right.
Maddie just donated another $50.
Yo, Maddie with the $50 for keep him quiet. Can we get some W's for Maddie? Yeah. Oh my God. Let's get some W's for Maddie in the comment section to keep him quiet. Thank you. I appreciate it, Maddie.
Holy shit, Maddie. Seriously, thank you so much.
Oh my
What
God.
the hell
W's
is
for Maddie.
going
Thank you so
on?
much, Maddie. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Dude, you guys are crazy, dude. Oh my God, man. Seriously, you guys are so kind. Please show some love.
W for Maddie. W for Maddie. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
That's
I want to see that for the
insane,
next
bro.
like fucking 5 minutes at least.
That's actually insane. Oh my God, dude. Thank you so much, you guys.
And Dylan, thank you so much for the $15 on PayPal. Thank you so much, Dylan. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dylan. No, don't worry, Dylan. You're good.
Would you get our next guest up here?
Yeah, I got you. I can't do it on this account. I gotta go on my iPad. Give me a second. Am I about at 10K, chat? Chat, follow me if you haven't already. I'm almost at 10K on this account. And I kind of need it. Because all my other accounts are banned, chat. They're all banned. I might just like go around TikTok and just like join everyone today.
Yeah, just hang out with people. I do have to actually hop off here soon.
I know, that's why I'm scared. Wait, is there another Parker Get a Job that you tried to add up? No, I'm about to kick myself. It's not letting me kick people.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I got you. I got you.
I can add someone up, but I can't kick.
Yeah, by the way, this will probably be like one of our last guests here, y'all.
Yo, Dakota, did you vote Trump?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I said.
What was that?
Why'd you vote Trump?
I voted Trump. Well, really multiple reasons. Immigration, the economy is absolutely trash right now.
Okay, so like what did the Biden-Harris administration do to make the economy worse?
In the beginning, I think it was the shutting down of the Keystone pipeline.
Which aspect of the Keystone pipeline?
What do you mean, which aspect of it?
Yeah, which aspect of the Keystone pipeline?
They shut down production of oil.
No, so you're referencing the Keystone XL portion of the pipeline, which is only 8% produced, and it was never actually distributing any oil. Plus, it was a Canadian-owned pipeline. So Trump was going to tariff it.
All right.
So that's actually going to cause the price to go up. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden did nothing to cause the price to go up.
I actually have a question for you guys. Would you ever debate someone who, you know, is actually professional and stop debating?
I've debated Charlie Kirk. I've debated Ben Shapiro. They're running from us. I've asked both of them, both of their managers, to continue conversation with me.
Yeah, the Jubilee video was an actual official debate. Would you actually?
I know. I asked them for official debates.
What about Andrew Wilson? Would you ever debate him?
Andrew Wilson is a waste of time, but I'll debate him.
Oh, waste
I actually told
Reach
the
out
whatever
to him.
podcast.
Reach out to
Listen,
him.
I told the whatever podcast, Brian specifically, that if Brian debates me, I will 100% debate him and any other person that Brian wants me to debate on his platform. But I want to debate Brian, and Brian doesn't want to debate me for some reason.
Well, probably because he doesn't debate for a living.
He does. He literally does do it for a living. He debates the OnlyFans girls on his thing all the time.
He offers pushback. He doesn't debate.
No, he totally debates. I've literally go to his account. You can literally see him debating them. He's willing to debate women who engage in OnlyFans, but not willing to debate me.
He offers pushback to their worldviews, and then eventually they come to a consensus.
So I can't give him pushback on his worldview? Why won't he add me? And why did he specifically have Dean and I going on the whatever podcast and the day of, like, specifically say that they didn't want to do it and say that they couldn't reschedule and never gave a date to reschedule?
How many followers did you have?
Have you ever reached out real quick? Have you ever reached out to Andrew Wilson directly?
Because now you're at 10K.
Yeah, I am at 10K base. I think I was at like 7,500.
Yeah. So also, what's the conversation about? Sorry, I was watching some grown man.
They're like, he's like, would you debate anyone like professional? And I'm like, okay, we've debated Charlie Kirk and Ben Shapiro, and they're both running away from us and not debating us. And then you asked about Andrew Wilson, and then I'm talking about the fact that we tried to go on whatever podcast we were going to debate Andrew Wilson specifically, and Brian canceled day of, and we couldn't continue that conversation.
That's not Andrew's show.
We couldn't continue that one.
Would
Can
you
I
go
please
on the
finish?
Crucible?
Can I please
Go
finish?
into enemy territory?
Will he come on my live?
Absolutely, he 100% would. He does that for a living.
And he screams into the mic when he did that. He
Dakota,
came on my live and screamed into the mic
it's-
and didn't respond to any of my points.
I think it's obvious that, like, wait, let me ask you this question.
So it's okay when
Dakota,
you-
I'm asking you a
so it's
question.
okay when
I'm
you
asking
come
you a
to
question.
your life
Stop
where you can
fucking
actually
talking.
mute him.
Lucy, thank you for the $5
Yeah,
in the note. Dakota, I'm
that's
trying to ask you a
absolutely
question.
garbage.
I'm trying to ask you a question. Do you think that Parker
That is a
would
garbage
debate
point. Go into a formal debate with him.
Dakota,
he has
am I trying to
moderators
ask
on
you?
the Crucible.
Dakota, am I trying to ask you a question?
I would do it on Brian's.
Yeah, ask me.
Dakota, listen to me. Listen to me.
Okay, talk. Ask me.
Would Parker debate anyone that I'd debate?
Anyone that you would debate? I mean, you're both Democrat twinks, so I would assume that you would
They're so
be
mad.
exactly the same people. Why
Okay, so
not?
you think he would, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well, I mean, you just told your entire argument because I went on Aiden Ross's live stream to debate Nick Fuentes in front of 70,000 people that all vehemently disagreed
How
with
is
me.
that?
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry, I'll explain it. In fact, I can't ever think, right, of a Republican, right, that is of a Democrat that has gone into a further right space with more hate
You don't have
and
to
more
mute me.
pushback. That is, yes, I do because you're interrupting me. Act your age, and I won't have to mute you then. But right now, you're not. Now I'm going to go and repeat what I said because I don't like getting interrupted. It makes me lose my train of thought. Can you act like your age?
I'm unmuting myself because I'm not going to talk and interrupt you. You're just
Great,
muting.
awesome. I want you to prove that. I want you to prove that to me. So, anyways, you said that Parker would debate anyone that I debate. So I walked into probably the best example of enemy territory where any Democrat has ever walked in. Wow, what the hell?
Is it?
It's you.
I think you got age restricted because of me. Kick me.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm gonna end soon. It's fine. I don't care.
It's because I said O to the character next to G on the keyboard.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I personally don't care because I'm gonna end soon. Anyways, so like I walked into Aiden Ross's stream and debated Nick Fuentes. There's never been a more clear example of a Democrat walking into uncharted enemy territory, and I still did it. And operating under your assumption that Parker would debate anyone that I'd debate, all that you're saying here is that Parker would walk into any enemy territory to debate someone that disagrees.
All right,
with him.
that's a fair point. But Is that your only example? Can either of you commit right now to actually...
I debated 20 Trump supporters in person. That was pretty uncomfortable.
Yeah, mostly kind of retarded people.
Okay, all right.
Uses a slur is crazy.
Mm. Dude, remember that guy that we had up, Mr. K? He's been whining about us in live for like
Really?
45 minutes.
That's really fucking funny.
And he has like Phil bros like Scott going up there like telling him like, what the fuck are you doing? He had like like pro-lifers go up there and be like, nah, bro, it was you. It was you. Let's just.
That's actually really funny. Erica, thank you so much for the $20 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Erica. I really appreciate that. Lucy, thank you for the $2. That's actually so fucking funny, dude. That there are pro-lifers going up there and be like, bro, dude, I think you're a little wild on this one.
Yeah, see what they're saying.
Anyway, you weren't just going to talk about meta. Okay, I think that's what the motivation was.
No, it's not.
What was the motivation of going up and asking for a debate?
One thing, sorry. Wait, I remember. So
That's like pro-lifers.
when I was saying don't care about the followers, I was like specifically saying
They're all like debating with it. That's so funny. All right, Parker, I'm probably gonna hop off for the night. I mean, if you want to try to go live, 7.5 thousand people is a pretty hefty raid. So
I'll try. I'll try on this account. It's just that this account is just made and like has no push. But I mean, whatever. We'll try it.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth it. You know, we want to send people somewhere, I guess. I suppose.
All right, we'll see you.
Here, let me make sure I follow you. Wait, make sure that you have access to guest requests.
Oh.
I think
I might not. If not, I'll just go live and do Q&A. It's fine.
Okay, bet. By the way, even on that, what they do is fucking, what do you call it? They limit your viewership. They cap it to about 300. So once you have 300 people in your live, it will just show that you're not live to anyone new.
Really?
Yeah. It's like they limit your viewership. Like they literally limit the maximum amount of people that could be in your live, and then they don't allow you to access the guest box. It's pretty fucked.
Well, I don't have any other account to go on unless one that's account warning, so I might just do a Q&A on a different account then, if this one doesn't work.
Oh yeah, why don't you just do a Q&A on your main?
I could just do a Q&A on my main.
Yeah, and I mean, you won't get banned. Like, you won't get banned. Like, I'll be honest. As long as, like, you're extra cautious.
If I'm going to do a Q&A, I might just do it on my third account, though, because I don't want to fuck my algorithm on my main. Because going live sets the algorithm differently than the last time it was live.
I don't even know. Okay. See, my personal take on this is that that's kind of just a pseudoscience of ours, and it's not actually applicable.
I don't think it is.
The reason why I think it may be is... Remember that old friend of ours that would use their main account for battles and debates and go live for battles, get 1,000, go live for debates, get 7?
Yeah, but I think it's still limiting what your reach is, like, actually. Like, sure, you might be able to get up to a lot more viewers. I wouldn't dispute that and get a lot of viewers, but like it's still, I think, limiting your push to some degree.
Wait, I could also see
it's expecting the niche of people to be different.
I could also see if I have any free accounts, like just if you want them.
Yeah, just like let me know.
Yeah, I want to help you out.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, see you, bro. Yeah, we're all trying to help Parker out here. We'll hop out a friend. Based. Okay, all right, you guys. So here in 30 minutes, I have to go do a handful of things. So I have to pick up my suit from Dillard's. They did their alterations on it. It's pretty cool. And then I also have to get a white shirt that I sent to the dry cleaners from the dry cleaners, and then I got to go pick up the tie. Maybe I'll hop back on live in a little bit once I get the whole suit together and just see how it comes together. You know what I mean? Do y'all like that? Maybe if Parker's live, I'll hop up on his for a minute. See how this suit looks. Fucking snazzy, mate. Yeah. All right, let's listen to this wine sesh. Let's listen to the copium real quick.
In certain contexts, absolutely. Like, I'm sorry, but like, if it's his platform and he tells you, look, I'm going to get the last word. We've both been on Meta. I'm going to take the last word as my platform. At that point, I feel like that's just a done deal. Like,
if you want to talk about something else, yeah.
Don't you guys see that?
Okay, to be fair, I don't think it was necessary for her to respond.
Mm-hmm. Wait, that's fine. Yeah, I can grant that.
But I was going to say, I don't think it was necessary for her to respond to that.
That's fine. That's fine.
So by the way, what we're listening into right now is Kay's live stream.
That's fine. I grant that.
And like all of these people
This is literally the whole reason why he wanted me
are pro-life and they're shitting on him.
Is so that he can control the narrative. How do you not see this?
No. I'm willing to grant that. but this is not how that looked in that convo that just transpired.
Yes,
okay?
because of how you made it look. Like, bro.
I think it's obvious that once you call this man a twink and he thinks you called him the R slur and all these things, optically.
He called me the R slur? What the fuck?
He's going to address this and go, I'm going to get the final word, and then we can debate. And then you respond and go, no, I'm going to bring up this meta, and then we'll get to the debate. And this keeps going. I think it's fair for him to kick you. I don't.
He did? Bro, what? I didn't even hear that.
No, you called me a twink and all this.
I didn't even hear that.
And yes, he did not want to debate you and stuff like that. That's not what transpired. Like, it was just a waste of 25 minutes where you got in your own way, in my opinion. It doesn't make Dean look bad in this scenario, is my point.
Is he in the live right now? I invited him. Yeah, Dean, if you're in the live, you can come up and we can actually have the debate.
Bro, I'm not okay. Well, he sees that. I guess he sees that I'm in the live because I'm watching on my laptop. You can't. Okay, you can't join as a guest on your laptop. He's very obsessed with me.
That he was going to do this, like when you were waiting the 30 minutes and you didn't know that.
I'm so surprised that there's this whole debrief live.
Calling him a loser or whatever, and you DM him and you wait 30 minutes and the chat's firing up.
He's obsessed. Yeah, this is kind of giving me Liam vibes. Is Kay the new Liam?
If you were to post this, I don't think it looks good for you, and I don't think it looks particularly bad for him.
Yeah, that's fine. Look, he's in here right now, so if you want to actually have the abortion debate, Dean, just go ahead and jump in the request box. We can have that debate.
Yeah. Also, yeah, Dean. You know me. I'm not I don't have any biases. I actually really like Dean.
Liam 2.0.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I have a prediction. My prediction is that he's gonna end up seeing that I'm not joining because, well, I can't join. It's on my laptop, and we're just reacting to it.
Why is he not coming up? Just come up.
And then he's gonna try to make that the issue.
If I'm so wrong and I spent so much time on the meta, we can just drop the meta right now and have the debate. I don't see
My prediction's coming true. He's gonna get more upset about it.
Oh, thank you, Sarah, so much for the tiny diny.
He's gonna get more upset about it. Watch this. Kay is gonna hyperfixate on it. Kay is gonna hyperfixate on the fact that I'm not coming up.
That's why y'all sitting around here with 6 or 4 coins,
bro. You got 300 coins, bro. Don't pipe up, all right?
That's actually $1.40.
Yeah.
That takes it away.
That's bro. That's literally a TV.
Wait, also, wasn't his critique of me wanting to run it on my platform and my space? And now he's asking me to come on his platform and his space? Anyways, yeah, the irony, the irony. Anyways, yeah. So this is what's going down in here. Wow, we got fans, bro.
But no, I did want to agree. Some people in the comments were also.
What's happening? Oh, we're just watching a really annoying person together. We're live reacting.
Could have been justified, but I do think that the continuous kind of playing into the meta conversation, I do think actually ended up resulting in the benefit towards him.
There's another one of his friends.
At a certain point, there it just got to be too much meta, and no debate occurring on either front. So I definitely
I already granted that he's in here right now. So if you want,
he's just looking to debate him now. Yeah.
Oh, you're just looking to debate him now? Oh, okay.
Yeah, if he wants to have he's in the live watching right now. So if you want to come up and actually have that abortion debate, I have no issue having the debate.
He doesn't know that I'm watching on my laptop. Okay. You can't join as a guest on a laptop for a live. Does he not know that? I don't know. I mean, I predicted hyperfixation.
No, I mean, whenever idiots like that do that, they actually don't realize that they're boosting the algorithm, so just let them do that.
Oh, man, honestly, he thinks that we're going to get upset over him having a couple hundred viewers. I think he needs it, just saying. You feel like the FBI? Yeah, we're LARPing. We're watching. What do you raid Parker? Oh, is Parker live? Yeah, let's send you guys over to Parker's. I'm gonna go ahead and take off for the night. Here, drop Parker's ad in the chat. Here, where's Parker's at? Uh-oh. Sorry, lurking, not LARPing, you're right. Okay, why? Okay, Parker has concepts of a job. Okay, here we go. For the 5.2 thousand people in here, on your way out, make sure to hit that follow button. But then everyone go right at Parker has concepts of a job. I'll hang out there for 5 minutes. Just go over there now. Love you guys. At Parker has concepts of a job. See you there.